My hero.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. We're seeing North American stock futures back to the upside once again this morning, coming off a solid performance on Tuesday. That was on the back of that strong retail sales number. That was a bit of a surprise out out yesterday morning. We also had that $1 trillion spending bill, infrastructure spending bill, being talked about by Bloomberg that the Trump administration is said to be proposing, although hasn't been any further headlines when it comes to that. There was also some positive news lifting markets in regards to COVID-19, possible further treatments. We have a number of things moving around in the pre-market once again this morning. Oracle shares to the downside after earnings missed out after the close yesterday. We have some travel names, a lot of news in the travel space, especially around the cruise lines that we'll get to. Some airlines moving to the upside, cruise lines mostly lower at this point this morning. On the data front this morning, we had Canadian CPI data out this morning at 8:30 that showed a 0.3% reading versus a 0.4% expectation. That was a month-over-month number. Also, U.S. housing starts, 974,000 last month versus 1.09 million expected. It's also Wednesday. That means crude oil inventories coming at 10:30 this morning. It is indeed Wednesday, June 17th, 2020. TraderTV.live starts now. And there's a look at Asian markets from the overnight session. A little bit of a mixed story you're going to see here throughout the regions. We do have some markets in positive territory. You can see Japan and the Nifty in India there to the downside. Let's go over to Europe and you'll see more of the same here. Mostly positive across the board. Turkey a little bit to the downside. Nice move there for France, leading the way, 1.4%. Let's shift over to North America and have a look at futures here heading towards the open. Yeah, fourth day in a row to the upside for U.S. markets here. We're looking at another positive showing. TSX futures here in Toronto, 0.4% to the upside. Brazil's open already trading higher. Look at crude oil down there, 1% to the downside. Again, inventories due out at 10:30 this morning. We'll bring that to you. Also, gold moving to the downside this morning as well. We do have some interesting names to get to this morning, guys, as far as individual stocks moving around once again. We were talking a lot about the travel space over the past couple of weeks, a lot of them with individual news this morning. We're going to get to that. We also have this Urban One out of nowhere. I mean, there was news on this thing going back to the end of last week, but ever since then, it's just been the flavor of the day when it comes to small caps. Again, just crazy volume in the pre-market on this thing.
Yeah, I mean, you had the the Class A shares of Urban One yesterday, and you're seeing the Class D shares move today. So all things making sense as always in these markets. But look, it's done 14.5 million. If you're looking at those Class D shares, it's pretty active today. CLIR is active again. That one actually just got back into CLIR in front of that 290 area. So look, there's a lot of names that we're going to be covering today. And it should be a fun sort of hump day midweek here. We're about flat-ish, but up on the overall in the market here on 0.5, 0.3. There were actually bigger swings overnight, and now we're leveling off just a little bit. But at that 10,000 mark, we're still above that on the NASDAQ, Sean.
Yeah, and we're getting higher and higher, I think, as we go. And you can see Apple here today. Let's just check out Apple. It was just busting out to all-time highs. And yes, there it is again, 356. So, yep, anything higher than where we are right now is an all-time high. 356.02. We'll look for a breakout in that one. And like yesterday on my Twitter here, guys, I put a poll up. And there's 110 votes so far. So if you guys can come over here, let's vote this right now. And I said, are you a bull or bear from current levels, right? So we've obviously had one of the greatest 60-day periods of all time here, and then surprisingly, I guess it's not that surprisingly, but it's 64-35 right here. So the Bulls right now winning. So guys, come over here. Let's see. I put another day on it so we could talk about it today. So Bull versus Bear. What are you, Brendan?
I'm going to go to the bull side. It seems like this market just can't be stopped. So, I mean, here we go again. back in positive territory. We saw even Monday, we were lower, and then we kind of just ground to the upside the entire session. Let's have a look, guys, at what is coming up throughout the morning this morning. We're going to have a live recording. Every single week we do this at 1 p.m. This week going to be on this channel. So we're going to have a live recording of 4 educational videos coming up this afternoon at 1 p.m. Make sure you stand by for that. We also like to have a look at how traders in Day Trade the World did yesterday. Day Trade the World, we have access to markets all over the world. We're going to show some of the profits that came mostly from Europe once again, guys. If we can go to my screen, guys. Yeah, there we go. So a group of European markets here. Look at these numbers coming out of Amsterdam, Brussels, Helsinki, Lisbon, Milan, Paris, and Vienna. 34,000. There's some of the U.S. markets there, 34,000 as well. More Europe down here. You can see 5 figures top to bottom on the top 10 traders list here at Day Trade the World. Nice look for that. Lots to get to this morning as far as individual movers moving around in the pre-market. First, though, let's go over to the desk and say good morning to Valeria.
Good morning and welcome to the live trading show, everyone. Guys, sign up for our free daily watch list at the link I'm sending on the chat and subscribe to this channel to receive notifications when we are back on air. Please support us and smash the like button. Guys, let's have a great trading day together, and I'll see you later. Back to Brandon.
All right, we're going to start with some earnings news, guys. Oracle reporting aftermarket yesterday, missing right across the board as far as the numbers were concerned. $1.20 per share, excluding some items, $10.4 billion. Both of those missing expectations. The company said overall business has held up remarkably well throughout the pandemic, except for some of the industries hardest hit, obviously travel, and some of the hospitality industries that they do also service. So Oracle to the downside here this morning. Obviously, guys, the market up, but Oracle here down about 3%, off the lows, though, from aftermarket yesterday.
I guess you can say that that's the positive here, that they are off those lows. They are running right into sort of Monday's afternoon's resistance point here, about 53.50, 53 even to 53.50. Should be a basically no-go chop zone for me. If it gets above that price, maybe we'll have a look. But if you're going to talk about being bearish, at least in the short term today, Oracle is not the place to play for me. Into the long side. I think we can look to see if we can't hold below this pre-market range, stay away from that 53 to 53.50 area, and then we'd be able to maybe short it into the bottom there. But Oracle's not going to be the top of list. It's only done 100,000 shares pre-market, so as much as it's in play, I'm staring across the board. Everything else on all my level 2s has done over 1 million shares. Whether you're looking at CLIR, DraftKings is going to be in play today. That U1 is going to be all over the place. So it's hard to get excited about an Oracle on a day like today.
Yeah, you just mentioned DraftKings there. Well, we'll be looking at that off a nice drop off an offering. We didn't have a look yet at the imbalance locator, so why don't we do that right now for you guys. CCL, that's my favorite stock, so that's good to see that up on here. We know Norwegian, there's stories to come on that one. Make sure you guys definitely check out our watch list, which is sent out every single day. Valeria will drop that link again for you, those of you that don't have it. It works best with Gmail, but we may have figured out the other problems. It's not our fault, it's the email servers. So if you're not getting it, definitely use Gmail. But okay, yeah, I just want to bring this up quickly here. There's not much going on. NIO's on here as well. Yeah, but a lot of talk about a lot of these random companies on here. Hexo, Urban One, CLIR, everything is there. And I've got to give a shout out to Bernadette Landry. Keeps hollering about hide your kids, hide your wife. I don't think today is going to be one of those days, Bernadette, but we'll wait to see what does happen in the market. You never know when there's going to be fireworks, and we'll be throwing some of this around. So get ready for a good day here today, guys.
Top of the board there, you saw 2 cruise lines. Let's start with one of them here, Norwegian Cruise Line. They came out after market yesterday and said they're extending their service suspension on most routes through to the end of September, and then from New England to Canada. So they do have some East Coast routes that do end up in Canada. Those are going to be suspended through the end of October, obviously because of port issues and because the border remains closed between the U.S. and Canada. So NCLH here, guys, back to the downside. This move that happened, you can see aftermarket yesterday, pressuring this entire group. So RCL, CCL as well to the downside, but 10% already here for Norwegian.
Yeah, you're looking at right now just above 1880 right now, but 1830 to 1850. You want to go back. That was a previous level that we had just broken out from. If you look at the start of the month, it's actually June 4th, and the fact that we're heading back down into that range, that's first level of support. I think you're probably going to end up finding it was also a bit of a bottom down around 18 even if you want to go back into Monday as well. So if it has any kind of pop into it, I'm looking at 1950 to about 20 to be looking to short into. I don't know if it's going to retrace that kind of a gap. It just ticked Norwegian here below that 10% mark, so there's a really good chance you are going to be looking at a short sell restriction on the stock today, and then of course also tomorrow. So a couple levels to look like. I think overall, even if you want to bounce in the market in some of those cruise ship names, it wouldn't be Norwegian that I would be playing here, and I'm going to stay overall shorting in these names at least today. Certainly looking at some of the levels we just talked about.
Yeah, Norwegian, look, you've already said the story. I think the cruise lines just still have a lot of work to do for themselves. I'm just not sure people are going to be taking cruises. I don't think we'll be doing any cruises anytime soon. I think it's still a risk to even get on an airplane, let alone be locked on a ship. If you don't remember, they were docking some of these ships, and people had to wait on there days and days while they got the PPE on there, while they tested everybody. I just don't know if it's that whole family experience that everyone thinks it is, but 1.1 million shares here on Carnival today, down another 5.5%. We're going to look, the levels I wrote down was 20 to the top. We'll see if we get to that. That's obvious, $20 right here. And then on the bottom, I didn't even write anything down. I'm just going to wait to see what happens here off the open. We did have that small imbalance, and it's at the top, though. It's not very big, guys. Don't let this fool you. I did see someone ask, though, on the channel, on our chat here, what is an imbalance locator and how do we use it? Wow. Conveniently enough, and I don't have a tab open, I should have it open to show you, but our Market Wisdom page, guys. We have opening auctions and whatnot, different things available there. We are doing a live the tape today as well, so we'll be reminding you of that as we go, but definitely check out our Market Wisdom page. So it's all of us, and we're talking about everything stock. So if you need any education, go over there. Lots of key topics, short selling, things like that. So check us out, guys.
Yeah, 4 education videos coming up this afternoon at 1 p.m. right here on the live page. So live recording of 4 educational videos, so stick around for that. I've got to talk about Hertz Global, guys. Another day, another active pre-market session. However, we did note at the end of yesterday, it was kind of the first day where we saw volume kind of dwindling. Obviously, the news of the offering was kind of steering the ship on Monday and throughout yesterday's session. After market yesterday, they went ahead with the offering that raised about $500 million. So initially, they were talking about $1 billion possible, ended up being about $500 million. They did warn that there's a really good chance that those shares are going to end up basically worthless, but they went ahead with it anyways. Hertz down a little bit here this morning, below obviously where we were trading yesterday. But again, I think the story mostly coming out of yesterday was the lack of volume.
Yeah, volume drying up, volatility drying up. You look at the last few sessions, and it tells the entire story from like $1.20 ranges earlier on, and then the last couple of sessions it's dwindling down, and then look at the afternoon. You basically spent $1.80 and couldn't get above $2, and there's a decent chance that could be the new normal as a lot of traders are exiting Hertz finally. So look to see if $2 can hold, and there could be some shorts in there. 230 is a good level. It still hasn't actually broken below that 175, and then from there, if we do remember, 140 was a bit of a level as well. So there might be an opportunity to short that one at 175 if it ever extends out of this range. So I'm ready to do that. I just don't know if we're going to get the volatility to be as active in Hertz as we have been the last week or so.
Yeah, how about Macy's here, guys? 750. Watch out for that. That's going to be coming through right now as well. 1 million shares. Darn, we still have 17 minutes to go. So we'll see what happens here, but I do like Macy's breaking through 750. It looks like there's some news on Moderna right now. The CEO says there should be relative success, obviously, with their COVID-19 vaccine, I guess. Not really moving. I just saw it hit the wires there. So Moderna may also be in play, guys, but it doesn't look like that's going to mean anything. Maybe 64.60 through the top. I just saw that news, so I wanted to bring it to you, but it's a nothing burger, guys.
A little bit of news yesterday afternoon on PG&E. PCG in New York up 1.5% this morning, but coming back in a little bit. Bankruptcy judge approved, finally, their plan to emerge from bankruptcy protection. PCG's been in bankruptcy protection for a year, I want to say now, year and a half even maybe, but up a little bit here this morning on this news, guys. Still a lot of questions, obviously, surrounding this company and going forward, but a little bit of a start, I guess we can say, as far as moving forward.
Yeah, this is going to fall into the category of 65,000 shares and not a lot of volatility. When that news did drop, there was a bit of a trade in the afternoon yesterday, but outside of that, I don't know that we'll be involved in PCG today, not with what I see across the board.
Yeah, no, PCG. I mean, I don't know enough about the bankruptcy report or anything. So for me, if it was approved, I mean, it shouldn't be at $11 still, but it may be something about some of their debt and whatnot, things like that. So I don't know enough about this PCG news, but it is on board. If you are a shareholder, definitely read that report there from the district court, I guess, and then figure out what this all means. But for me, like Neil said, 65,000 shares, it doesn't seem like there's that many people interested, so we're going to back away from PCG until it gets spicy.
Just notice, guys, some of the airlines starting to go negative here, including Southwest. Love had news. They were out after market yesterday saying they now have enough cash on hand to continue operations for the next 2 years. That's an increased forecast from the prior one, which was about 20 months only a couple of months ago. They said spending, daily spending is between 30 million and 35 million. AAL also said that they have enough cash now to last them until the end of this year at least. So Love, yeah, we were positive here on LUV, but just went negative back to basically these support areas from yesterday in the low 36s.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, like 36, 36.15 or so in support, and I thought maybe there'd be a bullish sentiment on this one at some point today, but I actually like it better if it dips down towards the actual low from yesterday on Southwest, breakout through 37. But overall, I think LUV and AAL to a certain extent probably has a little bit of room to run there. LUV's performed a little bit better throughout this time, but American also could be an opportunity to get a bounce here. I mean, obviously shoring up their position if they're, the second wave coming and people questioning what's going to happen with travel, certainly shoring up their cash position is good and their balance sheet. So, I mean, I would have expected that we'd actually be positive or trending positive on this news. So I'm not as bullish as I was when I thought we'd be breaking 37 off of the open. I'm now looking for support at 35.60.
Yeah, I was going to say you could also look at Boeing here yesterday. Nice little move up. We saw that. And then coming back in, this is just a 10-minute chart. I just want to show you guys. We're in a little bit of a gap spot here if it does break down. 192, 192.50 or so could be a decent short on Boeing if you do like that one. So I just want to bring that up. Just looks like there's a little bit of an area to fill here. 193 is this bottom here. So we can look at Boeing taking out some levels here as well, guys.
News on UAL this morning, guys. They upped their buyout package for some of their flight attendants, asking more to accept a buyout package. Down here 2.3% on UAL. They said they have already had thousands of employees apply to receive this package, but that is still not enough. So if there was going to be one that was a little bit negative today, this was the one I was kind of leaning towards. And yeah, we're down here significantly, but 39, if you go back 2 days ago, was about where we ended the session back on Monday.
UAL. Is that what you're talking about, UAL?
Sorry, guys. CLIR just broke that 290, but it doesn't look like it wants to go. I had 335 as the next level to the upside. I'm going to give this one up on the reverse long. If it can't hold about that 275-ish level where I just saw battle waging, I'll give that one up off the open. It's too early to be making a big bet here, but I thought 290 would be a runner. I did reverse long there. Let's see if it can actually get going to that 335.
What did I? So UAL, we did talk about that. Look, we've talked about airlines a bunch here today. This is just another one. I just got disconnected from the Wi-Fi, guys. $39 to the bottom side here. Could be a good little runner here on UAL, but again, we got to make sure that we keep checking. UAL obviously is a NASDAQ, but look at this, guys. TREB.U.NY at 1.5 million. We're going to find out what that is here. Oh, that's just a little stock, only 124 shares. So that's nothing. CCL getting getting bigger as well. FSKR, that looks like that's going to be an IPO, so we'll see that one. And then CCL still to the downside. So watch out for some of these cruise lines, UAL, AAL, they all coming off here as the market does come back through. Watch 3120 on the S&P 500 in about 10 minutes, guys.
Another one to check out this morning here, guys. Tesla, obviously big mover over the past couple of sessions, pretty muted in the pre-market here. We're pretty tight around this 985 to 990 area as far as the consolidation. Higher, though, they signed a new 3-year deal with Panasonic on battery production. That was the only real story coming out of Tesla, but big high flyer worth having a look at here in the pre-market.
Yeah, 989 or so on Tesla. I mean, we do like Tesla as it goes. For some reason, we weren't able to get into it yesterday. It was bouncing around. It did get up to 1,000 before breaking back down. This is just a 1-minute chart. Let's see if we get a little bit more information here on a 3. Just because it's been so like chilled out here, like you mentioned, we're in a very, very tight range here in the pre-market. Here's a 3-minute chart. So yeah, 988. It's bumped up there a couple times. This deal is not a huge one. It's not a huge piece of news. You're going to see the market up 0.3. The Tesla's up 0.4, so we're about the same. We did have some bunching up here yesterday, 994 in this area, so I think you got to break this top 995. Once we do that, then Tesla, for me, will be a long. So we're going to put it in order here, going long if we break through 995, guys.
Yeah, I have the same level. I also have 1,005 here. Is a bit of a range. So a $10 range that I think is a scalp trade on the short term there, and on a long term play, you almost needed to go through that price and then retest those highs on Tesla. I think if it gets through 995 and fails to take the second level, I think at that point, if that doesn't happen in like the first hour, let's call it, I think Tesla's going to be a short in and around this area that it is right now if it retraces back into the mid 80s. So it needs to get past that 1,005 mark instead of hanging out $5, $10 above and below that 1,000 every single day.
Let's have a look at DraftKings, guys, down on an offering this morning, 4% to the downside, 4.5% here. We're back to below these levels from yesterday. Had a pretty decent sell-off in the morning yesterday, ended up touching this 39. So it looks like 39 up to about 39.5 could be interesting level for DraftKings. Worth noting, pre-market volume on this has been a little bit higher than usual, obviously due to the offering announcement.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll take this one. I do like trading DraftKings. Those of you guys that watch the show do know that. But if you look here at the daily chart on DraftKings, we did pull back down. What are we printing now? 38.74s. So we're back into this little area here. A break above $40 is a good one for me. I'm going to be going long through 40 on DraftKings. We did get that share offering. We are talking about share offerings today live after the show at 1 p.m. So you're going to come back to pay attention to some of that on our coming up after the show on some education. That's what happened. So I think it was 33 million shares or so, but you come downside now. Watch out. There's a bunching up right here, 38.40. This is not a horrible shorting spot here if we do break. And if you do break 38 as well, look out below for that. So 38 break probably brings you back into this area here. So I do like a 38 break for sure on the downside. But DraftKings is one of those cult names that can get going real quick. So watch out for anything on the short side. But yeah, 39.50 break. I mean, we'll just play these breaks. 39.50 means they like it and they want to buy it. And if we break through 38, watch out below. So it's pretty easily structured trade for me.
Yeah, I was actually looking at the 38 first and foremost. Obviously on the news of the offering there, but increased liquidity, volatility could decrease to some extent in DraftKings in the upcoming sessions. 38 down to 37 was an obvious breakout level both yesterday, 2 days ago, and then also the day before that. So on Friday, you would have been looking at that one in the afternoon, and the next stop down is literally like 35 half, 35 quarters. So there is some room to the downside to be sure. I think the long might run into some opposition at $40, like you said. So it just feels like there's more room to go to the downside. It doesn't mean a break out of the range isn't good in either way. I'm just going to be looking primarily for the initial short break at 38.
A couple other names to look at this morning, guys. Nikola Motors, Cohen initiating coverage on Nikola Motors, so that one kind of back in play in the pre-market. NIO as well, missed closing at an all-time closing high yesterday by a penny, pushing up to those levels again this morning. We mentioned that CLIR, crazy volume on that stock yesterday. Big contract they signed with ExxonMobil to supply Exxon with some combustion equipment. We also had Beyond Meat launching a brand new product, or I guess a different version of the same product. 10 packs of burgers, but we'll get to that. Maybe, Sean, you can have a look at Beyond Meat. But want to make sure we get to this one, guys. Urban One, U1K on the NASDAQ, 150% here this morning. I mean, the news was last week. I think it was Thursday or Friday on Urban One. Ever since then, this thing's been doing significant volume. For whatever reason, this morning, it's the Class D shares that are popping up here versus the Class A shares, which is U1 without the K. You can see the U1K yesterday really didn't do much until late in the session here.
Yeah, I guess when everyone figured out that it's the same company, I guess they got in there. 18.5 million shares pre-market in the Class D. 300,000 shares in the Class A, and they're down 22%. Obviously, they had already made a run. Like, it is worth sort of looking at what did happen in the Class A shares, and they've been on the run for a couple of days in a row now, coming from literally $1.87 and made a high of 39 yesterday. The story today is going to be trading in the Class D, and you know, I know there's a lot of people that are going to be involved in this one today, and I had a couple of quick little shorts that didn't work out. I got quickly out of this one. There was just way more buying than I thought was going to be there. I'm looking at a bit of a double level here, 725, 730-ish. It's had some trouble getting past that after topping out at 8. So I'm looking for when these longs give up, because I'm not sure exactly what it is that they're thinking. Everyone's shooting for that dream. But this one is going to be an opportunity to short at some point. It's going to be a big one today. I'm not going to be buying into the long of this stock. I can't do it. It's going to be a short for me until we break that 8 even area, looking to short in front of that.
Yeah, no, for sure. I've already got the shorts as well, so we'll watch that trade to come through. And when these stocks run the way they have been, you definitely need to be not as greedy as the rest of the people out there. Don't get caught in that mentality that all of these stocks can just keep going on forever and ever and ever. You need to make sure you take some profits. Set your goals, set your targets. Super important. If it hits it, get out, put the money in your pocket or the loss, whatever it is, and then don't get that FOMO with names like Urban One, guys. Very, very important. Stick to your plan.
All right, guys, let's have a look at CLIR. Pretty easy, I think, here, 3 even. We're up again this morning. The news we mentioned yesterday, they had signed a contract with ExxonMobil, a supply contract. So 3 even here, a bit of a level throughout the day yesterday, coming back below that this morning, holding right now at 3 even. Below that, 220 was support right at the end of the day. So above 3, you might get a little bit of a push to the upside, guys.
158.
That's actually what I was expecting to happen on this CLIR myself. I had a couple of shorts that worked out pretty well for me initially, and then we got that break when it took out 290, and then I thought the next level upside when I looked at it was 335, and I was just basically going off of what we saw, some trouble after the initial push, getting through that price a couple of days. So you get through that $3, I think we're all systems go. But if we can't, I do have a stop, and I'm going to give it some room here. Obviously, you could say, okay, yeah, give it to like 280 or so. Give it a little bit more room before I'm going to be back shorting this name, probably into the low to mid 70s. Otherwise, we got to break through this 3, and then I think 335 is the next level to the upside on a CLIR. A couple of people with just 2.5 minutes to go. I've seen a couple of people asking about the energy space, and specifically in Occidental, where you're seeing a slowdown in that crazy bounce that we've had in oil prices, and I think it's going to be a little bit difficult to not look at what's going on in Oxy and think about, okay, well, maybe this is a time to start fading this one. We're back below that $20 mark. You do sort of feel like if we can't hold above 2040, which was the afternoon high just after market yesterday, I do feel like there is a bit of a sell going to come into this one, guys. So I'm looking at Occidental as a bit of a sell today, probably through that 240 mark. It has to break it past 50, otherwise let's go selling on that name. We are getting a move back up in CLIR. My price is 87 here. I took some on the initial break, took some on the pullback. I'm not going to take any more shares out till 3 breaks, however. That's that level we're looking to break before the market opens here.
Yeah, I did want to put in a Nikola trade as well. We're going to be getting close to that one through 66. Not a bad price. 66 is this top, 66.20, 66.50 right here. So I think we like 66.50 on the break of Nikola. That's going to be coming up. We like Beyond Meat. I want to give a shout out to some of you traders talking about Beyond Meat here. I do like that one. I tweeted that out earlier as well with only a minute and a half to go. I still think we need to come back to the top here. You're going to give up like $2. That's probably, 157.50 is probably fine. I'm going to wait for 158.50, which is the top. This is going to be a dangerous trade. We'll wait to see, but that's where I'm going to go long. I just want to make sure this is what everybody wants to do here. Like, we're down to 155 already on Beyond Meat, so this may be a good pickup if the market does come falling down. So we will watch Beyond Meat. Tesla, we know we have 995, and then I do have the DraftKings ready to go here. DKNG, that might be the one that pops in first, down through 38 if that does break, or we'll watch the top again, 39.50. So it's one or the other here. We're just going to try to play some quick breakouts, let the market settle down for a minute, and then try to put on some decent shares. So for right now, those are some things we're looking at beyond Urban One through the short side, and then Donkey Kong and Tesla. So we'll wait to see with only 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, we're running out of time here, but one more to get to. LMFA, you guys might get a kick out of that one. Up 150%. I am watching this one. 320 is a level I'm going to work off of, but I do see Valerie behind me. That means we need to drop the countdown because this Wednesday is about to get open here. So 10, 9. CLIR did briefly break 3, but came right back in there, guys. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This market is open. Let's get going. I'm immediately going to be looking at that U1 to see what the first move is going to be. We just got the break on CLIR. It just took out 304, 307, but here comes downside on U1. Wow, I wanted to get this party at about 650. No chance. Pull back to 7. Let's see if we can get anything in that range. But off to the races is CLIR, and I thought I'd wait to hit this one, but we got a new graphic for you. Don't worry, Valerie, we got your back. The long in CLIR, we love this one through that 290. Through that 3 even, we got 295 in the average price now. We just got some shares out at 7. It got all the way to 320 before pulling back a little bit here. So big run already on CLIR, and still going down as U1.
Here, yeah, market coming downside here. Donkey Kong, we'll look at that one. U1 bounces and doesn't do anything there. So if you're still in that, it does not hit the downside here. Okay, DraftKings does try to make that top up, 39.50. So we'll wait to see. It doesn't appear that they want to sell this thing. So 39.50 out of the top side might be something on that one. Oh, NKLA, I didn't get my order in on that one, so let's quick look. 66.50 still in play on this one. So right now I'm flat. I don't have anything on. Watch the market falling down here, guys.
Yeah, oh my goodness. You got to be kidding me. So I couldn't even get on a 6 break of U1K. I mean, I tried to catch some when it pulled back in to 620. I tried to catch some on the break. I'm going to try and get this short at some point here. I don't want to chase it too far. It just pulled back into 90 here. So first trade is on in that name. And whoa, CLIR again to the upside. 325 we're now seeing. So wow, talk about a roller coaster ride all over the place. But there goes CLIR. 335 we talked about being a bit of a level. Yeah. It just blew through that all the way to 350. Long at 301, that was our second entry. Bye-bye CLIR to the upside. We talked about this one through 290. Talked about it on a pullback, pre-market, talked about it on a break of 3 even. So big time runner, obviously already a nice win for everybody here if you're looking at this name.
Yeah, CLIR, yeah, good name there. I have U1 here, so we just took a little bit out of that one. We just got hit, so it was not a big trade, like I said. We're going to wait to see if it takes out this bottom again. We will go short one more time, but we just get out on a 625 break there. So we're 0 for 1 on U1, but hopefully we can cash in more and more on that one. There goes Beyond Meat, so 158.70. We are now into long Beyond Meat. We did talk about this earlier. We probably, I liked 157.50. Maybe we should have taken that one, but here we go to the upside. Beyond Meat right now, guys. 158.70 is your long, so we'll watch to see how this one rocks.
And wow, there goes CLIR through 350, through 360, hitting 370 just now. This is starting to get a little bit heated for me. If you know the style of trade I do on these breakouts, I don't necessarily, for the longs, I don't wait for it to turn. I'm taking it out on the way up. I'm grabbing my profit as it goes. We had great ads here, both at 85 and through 01s. So to be able to take some shares out at 35, like we said we would, and then they're just at 368. It's already a monster win when you have that kind of a trade on. And I want to get over to U1 because I expected this to be the gangbusters stock today, not necessarily CLIR. I got a couple of shorts in here. We did short the break. We did short the pop. 6 even we got to the short side. It's now going down through 570. I told you guys I'm not buying the stock today. I'm not believing in this one. It doesn't make any sense to me. But now just got some out there in the 70s, so already rocking this trade to the downside.
And guys, Guys, you want a $2 winner? How about this one? Bang! Beyond Meat. Straight to the upside. It goes to 161. We're long 158.70 right here. $1.50 in the money right now on Beyond Meat. It gets as high as 161. Let's see if we can take some more off. The day's starting off good already. Hit the siren. Let's go. This is a $2 winner on Beyond Meat, guys. We did reload and you won. What up, Brendan?
Just checking on CARV, guys. Huge move here. 640% for CARV. This thing was $4 in the pre-market. We're now at $18. Just going to check on this one, guys.
CARV, definitely going to add that to the list, but I want to get over to, we talked about the cruise lines there, and NCLH with a big bounce and then failing right at about $19.80. I was looking at $20 specifically. I failed just shy of that. The question here is, can it retrace all the way back to this 19? But it got a big spike when the market came down off the open. So let's watch to see if 19 can hold on Norwegian. That's the first level I'm looking at. We got a break in Hertz as well. Remember, 175 is the breakdown price I like, and then shorts in front of 2. So that's coming into play any second now is Hertz. I want to go over and see if we can't check to see what that bid looks like on this 75 area. Obviously should have shorted this one right away. It's not even that big of a bid. There's a little bit of a bid there at 175, but I'm going to be taking this one out. If it breaks that, if it pops off of it, I'm shorting it. Lots of ways I'm going to be shorting Hertz today.
Yeah, so you won. We're out of that one. And thank you, Rick, for that kind words there. Beyond Meat was a monstrous call. This is $2 plus now in the money. We're going to hold the rest, man. I don't even have any targets. Bang! There it goes. $3 now in the money. So here's the real win for you guys, for me. Thank God for that one. We take some shares right here off the open. We'll be tweeting this one out. Good trade on Beyond Meat for sure. Bad trade on U1. We'll go back to see if that one can take off. I don't know, 750 maybe to the upside here, 740 on U1. But Beyond Meat just continues to rock and roll. I did want to check out on CCL as we come back to that name. Oh wow, okay, nice little move back to the upside. We were watching 20, but CCL now Carnival upside right here. That's about it. Nicola, I don't think even printed me yet, so we're not into that one. What's that doing? 64. So that falls down here. So watch out for the bottom here on NKLA, 64.25. Some decent shares there. Looks like this thing wants to go down, guys.
Yeah, and DraftKings was another name that we were going to be watching. No bounce to the downside, so no 38 play in right now, but it is looking like it wants to take out 39.50, which would be an upside kind of break. I had 730 as a level on U1, and like I said, I'm net short as long as it's below that price. So I'm continuing to work that position, 27.5. I got to the short side. Brendan, what do you got for us, buddy?
It looks like the low floaters are focusing on the banking sector today, guys. Carver Bancorp, that's CARV. $8.9 million market cap here. Free float is 1.35 million shares. So tread lightly. No news that I can see, guys.
No news. Okay. No news is good news sometimes. Okay. Macy's. Oh, shoot. What did I say about Macy's here, guys? I didn't write down the level, but Macy's does crash down through. Most likely would have been 750 or so on Macy's. Yeah, there's that level right here, 750. So we missed that, but it's still right here. So Macy's a possible lower here, 745. I don't mind taking Macy's below that level here. 745 looks like it's going to break, guys. Let's take some Macy's.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually going to look at this little hump here at 7 on U1. Maybe slide the stop down so we can have a couple of ideas here. One of them to slide a stop in closer to the 7 even range when we're shorting in this name, guys. So just a bit of an adjustment there. I was looking at this higher level of 720 to 730 from the pre-market, but now I'm actually firmly looking at 7 even. A bit of buy opportunity down here for some people if you wanted to be long. 6 even does have a buyer down there. I'm not going long in this stock as long as it's hanging below any of these humps from the pre-market.
Guys, wow, here goes Beyond Meat, 161 and change. So your boy did it again here. Here's the $3 winner, $3.15. There you go for you guys live right now. A nice little $3 winner. We'll keep rocking and rolling on that one. We just hit Macy's to the downside as well. And that's a banger right here. That's a 5-cent winner. We told you we take 745 shorts, so we rinse and repeat on that one and get out. So right now, everything's all systems go right now today, guys. Big day happening for us once again. $3 winner right now on Beyond Meat. Thank you to Rick. Thank you to everybody in the chat for this one. There goes DraftKings. Let's see what this one does to the top side. We're long 39.50 here, but the market is falling, so we got to give this one some room. DraftKings.
Yeah, it just did that little fake out break, but I think, you know, same thing for me. We talked about 39.50 just a second ago. ago, but I really do think you have an opportunity to even pull it back into 39 even. But there goes once again to the downside U1. If it breaks 6 even, that's when I'll start to take some real shares off here in this short. I just feel like there's so much room to go, and there could be a halt to the downside coming at some point. Brendan, what do you got?
Another one to look at here, guys. In the plant-based food segment, FMCI, we were talking about this one last week. They picked up a private company that is into plant-based products. So FMCI also going here, 12.5% today, guys.
And there goes again U1 through $6. I got this one at $6.40 to the short side. Just took some out in front of $5.75, so we'll cash a 74-cent win there. It's been all shorts for me. If we take out $5.50, look, we could look at some of those pre-market levels down at 4 at some point. There is some buying in this stock. I got to admit it. Some of you guys out there are keeping this one alive as much as I believe in this short very, very heavily, and we've profited off it. If it's below $7, I'm going to find ways to get a short on any kind of a pop. And then if 550 breaks, you will see me net short this name. Just watch out for potential halts if we get a break through that price, though.
And here we go again, guys. You guys are clipping the Beyond Meat trades, but guess what? It's a $5 winner right now. So you want the wins, you want the calls, the option plays. Here it is right here. $6 winner for you on Beyond Meat. We take this one, $158.50. Bang, bang, bang. Out 60% there. Out another 20% right now. Now we're holding on to the last 20%. Hey, guys, $5 winner on board right now. Unfortunately, I was taking too many shares on U1, and I had to get out, so I short. I'm short again right now. But Neil and I, like we say, trading different styles on this one today. Macy's right now, we'll wait for the downside break of 40. It's bounced off there a couple times. We'll put another order there. We're short 744 on Macy's right now. Beautiful win here on Beyond Meat. Then we have DraftKings right now, waiting to see what that does, possibly taking out this 38.90. We're long at the high. This one doesn't look like a good one, but we know we got to give DraftKings some love here, so we'll wait for a little bit as look at the market, guys. Fall.
Yeah, market is falling. NCLH does continue its little fall, but it's still above the open price, so it's finding a little bit of a bid. Not a heck of a lot of one. I only have the 2 positions on, short in U1, long in DraftKings, but not if it breaks that 39 price. I'm going to be looking to sell some Hertz as well. It just hasn't gotten any kind of a real pop. But I want to get you guys back to that CLIR, which got as high as $4. So, our out was solid at $3.70. It did get to 4 before turning heavily around here. If this does consolidate below $4, I'd look for some shorting opportunities in CLIR, just not at that point yet. I do feel like it has to hold at some point and give you some real sell action. It's been good volume, and it's been all upside since that 290 and 3 break.
We're going to get out at a 162 break here of Beyond Meat, so it's going to be a $4 winner no matter what. It does go all the way to 164.50. We'll see if that takes it out. Nervous about these futures, though, guys. We do get our 39s out here on Macy's, so a nice little trade. And again, guys, just stay with me. We do take more shares when these are $7, $8 stocks. So, that's why we're scalping this out here on the bottom end of Macy's right now. So we may take some more out as we speak. Take the 4, 5, 6 pennies and put that in your pocket. So we'll wait to see what that one wants to do to the downside. I was looking at CCL right now before I got distracted. 19.10 to the bottom. It doesn't look like, I'm surprised with the market falling and actually going red here, that CCL relatively staying up. So yeah, that one may be a long. We're going to get away from some shorts today on CCL. It doesn't really look like it's going to be as juicy as we thought to the short side, guys. I'd much rather focus on this Macy's.
Yeah, and so you look at that and you see NCLH as well getting another bounce. So it's not nearly as weak as I was anticipating either, but it's going to be a 19 break for me to be looking at shorts in NCLH. DraftKings is holding 39, at least for the time being. I don't know how long that's going to hold up. There was one name that we didn't mention. I don't know if Brendan got to this one in the small caps. There, NTN. This is over on the Amex, or the formerly Amex NYSE ARCA. It just halted for a second time at 566. This is a downward halt. It's still up 25% here on the session. But if it opens below 550, I'm going to be looking to sell this one. Watch out at any point for a 730 break on NTN. Brendan, what do you got, bud?
A little bit of news on Amarin, guys. AMRN here up 4.3%. You can see aftermarket yesterday pretty active. They won a patent lawsuit for one of their drugs that was ruled in their favor. So nice pump to the upside here. In the aftermarket, we did come off there heading into the open, but starting to get back up into those levels from the pre-market, guys.
Thank you very much there, Brennan. And another out there in U1. Again, it's actually holding that 650 area pretty solidly, but I did take some shares out in front. I'll see if we can't get more in any kind of a pullback. It didn't get back to that 650, which is our price, but now $1.16 in the money on this trade. I did anticipate there could have been a halt on the way down, but we've continued trading. It's up to 30 million shares. I think we can get down to that $5 range. See if we can't get a $1.50 win on this name. U1, like we said, you're not going to see me be a buyer with the way that this has actually transpired in the last couple of days. Completely nonsensical in my mind, the way these Class D shares are moving today. And the buyers have not been able to win this battle so far. And we had free shorts on this one, so happy about that. DraftKings is finally headed back to the upside. So it took a while. 39 did hold for us here on DraftKings. We did pick some up in front of VWAP here in 39 even. It's now back through the top, but we mentioned 40 could be a bit of resistance. So I will take some shares out in front of that 40 area and then see if it has a secondary break in it. Remember, they had an offering here, so as much as we can get a win, I don't necessarily expect the moon on DraftKings today. Brennan, what do you got?
Thinly traded here, but Twilio straight to the upside, guys. We went from 212 already up to 216, up 3% already. Again, not a lot of volume, but Twilio moving higher.
Yeah, loving Twilio. Twilio, one of my pride and joys. That Twilio got that one $30-something on IPO. So wow, that was a good one. And we picked Square up at 35 not too long ago, and bang for that one. We explode the money. Great hold. Anybody holding Square today? What a great move up all the way to 97.50. We'll take a little bit of love here if it breaks through 98. It looks like that's going to happen for sure. We did average into some of our Macy's trade here. We're looking to see if it comes up here 56, 57. We'll get out of that one if that does want to come back up. But for right now, we're averaged in right now to Macy's. We'll take some more above 50 and then wait to see what happens at the 60 level where VWAP is. So I'm still digging into the short here. I've taken a little bit off of this U1 here. We did get short here at 890, I guess. Took some off at 40 for 50 cents. So we're down on this stock right now, but we'll hold the rest to see what kind of downside does come from this name. So we'll wait on U1 on that one. But right now, I just want to check back on CCL. I'll check Mr. Softy in a minute. Okay, maybe CCL does want to take out the bottom, 909 or so. So we'll wait to see what it wants to do right around that level, guys.
Yeah, and again on the move today is Peloton. I had a level, I'm sorry we didn't talk about this one, but 51.50 was a break for me, and I know we should have talked about this. I did have it on my list. We don't get to everything in the pre-market, unfortunately. This was a good break at 47. A couple of days ago, it had a bottom there as well. At 51.50 is resistance. Watch out. The volume is not ridiculous on it. It's only done 700,000 shares off the open, but it's been on the run the last couple of sessions. And if you look at that little top it couldn't get through, this is why I liked 51.50. But man, that 47 that we had a couple of days ago was fantastic. Now let's see if we can ride this one all the way to 52 first stop, and then how far we go, who knows. With gyms having trouble, and I saw the most ridiculous product ever today, some gym with like a gains bubble. You literally build a bubble with shower curtains and work out in it at a gym. And if people are thinking that's a serious thing, that's good for Peloton as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, exactly. And bang, there it is. $1 winner right there. Let's just keep going. We take 995s long on Tesla. We're going to wait to see what this wants to do the top side. These futures keep going, guys. Let's go. We're in the money now. $1.50 on Tesla. We've already given $2 now on Tesla. We've already given you that $5 or $6 winner on Beyond Meat. Now we're long 995, even 995.12 here on Tesla. So this is going upside here. A nice little $2 winner if you want to take it. Let's wait to see what it does. Oh, it just broke through 997, came back. So we're out of the money now. We're in the money, but we're not in the money $2 anymore. Let's see what these futures want to do here with Tesla. Let's go, Brendan. What up, bud?
One here, guys. ChemBio, CEMI, a name we've traded on the show many times. Down 60%, cut more than half. It was $9.90, $10 yesterday. We're down at $4. The FDA has revoked its emergency use status for its COVID-19 test kit, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to quickly put the position board on for you guys so you guys can see what we have on, because I have a few things. It's pretty active for 17 minutes into the market here. We've got longs in DraftKings and Peloton. 39.35 is my price, as DraftKings is bouncing around that 39.50 area. And then, of course, Peloton on that 51.50 break. If it holds VWAP, it's good for us. If it doesn't, I'm looking for a re-entry at a more favorable price. That'll be a hit through 51. We're short in Hertz. That's at 181. I'm shorting everything in front of $2, and then I'm adding if it breaks 175. And U1, we're still short at 657. That's been in the money as much as a buck, 50 cents right now, but I'm looking for a bigger return on that. It hasn't given me a big enough pullback to actually get more shares in just yet, but that doesn't mean I'm done shorting this one by a long shot.
Yeah, good. I'm holding the short there, so that's good. Look, guys, this is what happens when you believe in a stock and you just want to believe in your idea here. Macy's goes all the way up here to 58, 59. We go short again and then cash these out down here in the 40s. We did take a little more short on the 38 break, though, so we'll have to wait to see what that wants to do now. But Macy's right now, we are more short. Good trade for us, big trade for us, actually, here on Macy's. Short here, and now short again. Let's wait to see what this market wants to do. I know I keep saying that, but it's just true. We need to wait to see what we're going to see here in this market because they're the ones controlling it, right? When you have a Macy's short, a lot of these stocks, these COVID response stocks do follow this market. So we're going to wait to see on that one. DraftKings, yeah, now I know Neil's talking about this one. I've hit this. It does go all the way up in the money here a little bit. We don't even have any offers out. So we could have easily taken that profit. I think we'll put another one out here for about 25 cents and then hold the rest. Big position on DraftKings for sure. And we've got a big position on UONEK here. So let's just wait to see how far this thing drops down to the downside. Going to put a bid around $5 here, guys.
Yeah, my bid's in the teens there to see if it can't hold 5 even on that one. But Roku, of course, already made significant moves yesterday, but now following up again today. Initially falling, but approaching the high of day 123. It already tested it once. It's trying to test it again. Quickly just sort of jumped to the higher time frame. You can see it was a breakout through 122.50. That was the top both yesterday and the pre-market. So on any pullback, you're watching to see if it can hold that level and then maybe just be off to the races once again in Roku. You can't seem to stop this one. DraftKings, I mentioned the possibility that you could have a little bit less volatility on this name. So that's making me second guess how much upside we got here. But if you do see the solid sort of upward trend that we're starting to work on here, if we can start to hold some of these bottoms first, maybe 39.10, then 39.30. Let's see if we can't hold on to this one for a little bit longer, as I do believe in that little break. It's just having a lot of trouble having a bigger move here with the market also going very sideways.
Okay, guys. Yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying the show. If not, if not, then I don't know what the problem is. But hit the like, hit the subscribe here, guys. After the market, though, we do have, this is going to be coming up at 1 o'clock, guys. We'll be live streaming right here, so you can come back to our channel and see what we're talking about here. Stock splits, pre-market trading. We know you guys love that topic. Share offerings and ETFs. But right now, before we go to Brendan, I just want to put up my board. I haven't done that yet. I have 4 positions on. We'll talk about them right here. Here's Tesla. We tried to average into that at the bottom. We didn't get it, but right now that's a flat trade. U1's 12 cents in the money. Did I say flat? Tesla now $1.50 in the money. Macy's right now 3 cents out of the money. We'll wait on that one. And DraftKings, that's going to be my home run play. So let's wait to see what that does on the upside. But Brendan, take it now, bud.
Just popping up on a volume scanner here, guys. Genius Brands, 15% to the downside so far today, just bouncing off 310. Tested this area in the pre-market. We got a little bit of a bounce once again here at 310 for Genius Brands. No additional news on this one. They had the Schwarzenegger effect earlier in the week, but back to the upside, it looks like, for the time being, guys.
Yeah, for the time being, until it breaks 315 here, and then it's going to be a short for me, and it's going to be anything in front of VWAP. That's going to be the same story over here on GNUS. We'll add that to that Hertz play. We mentioned several times about Genius Brands not liking the long in that stock, so it kind of goes without saying here. We'll be involved in that one, but I want to get to quickly Nicola here for you guys. It's just made a big time bounce off of $63. We had to go ahead and pay for shorts to be able to short this one today. But if it can't roll through 65 even, it could be a nice little secondary short through a 64 break. So let's see if it can hold that 63 a second time. If we do get some downward action, I'm going to test it to the short side. DraftKings is back above 39.50. I'll take another leg out if it gets into the 70s again, as this one is slowing down. I feel like there could be a second break at 40 anyways that we can be involved in.
Yeah, we actually just went long Nicola there, so we'll wait to see here. 64 as a bottom. We're long Nicola. You guys know what we have. We have Tesla long, DraftKings long, Nicola long, Macy's short, U1 short. So the trades are on, to say the least right now. Here's my Nicola trade right now, breaking through 64.50 there. We take that long. Let's see how much room it has to the upside. We won't give this one too much room. Maybe back down here to 64. before, like Neil was saying. But here we go, right away into the money here on Nikola, right away into the money on DraftKings as well. Tesla fading back in. I'd love to average into this position around right here where we were last time. I have my bid now, 991.60. So if we can come down, we'll average into this trade. It just did rip again, up $2 for us. So maybe we'll put an order around 997 again, just to see if we can get that. But here we go, trying to average into this name. Everything moving up, man, or down, or whatever. Macy's right here, down to 38 again. Good play on that one. DraftKings, you know your boys got this one. 39.50. We're waiting to get some out right now, so we'll see if we get some out. That's me at 71. Let's see it. Bang, there it is. A nice little 20-cent win to start with, so we'll alley-oop the market for that one. Let's wait to see here. Market fading back down. If we get him run, maybe we have something special on that. Nikola, we're waiting for that. Tesla, look, everything. We keep talking about the positions. 5 positions on, 3 longs, 2 shorts.
Yeah, so those asking about CLIR levels, 335 is one, $3 to 290 is definitely a support area on the way back in. But Shadow Christian Ramper said, thank you for the super chat. I'm glad you had that play with us on that CLIR. But I'm firmly looking at that U1 holding 560 for the time. If it breaks, I'm going to look to get out as far as it goes down on a 550 break. I'll look to get out in front of 5 even no matter what. But it could be halting as well if it gets down to that price. Brennan, what do you got?
Cloud names are strong, guys. Cloudflare here, net up 5%. This is all-time highs for this thing. A couple of price target increases today for net, guys.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bernadette, thank you for alerting to CARV here. Yeah, up 800%. It is what it is. It's obviously a big-time move. Volume spike right at the open, and it's doing 15 million shares. It's always good to see this kind of consolidation at a top area. The first couple of things I got to do on my checklist, check to see if we got any shorts here, and then always want to make sure you look at that higher time frame. He's got nothing past these levels. I'm going to be hunting at some point. 20 even looks like initially for me a breakdown point for a short, but I got to make sure I even have them in the first place. So going to do the legwork there. I'm also seeing once again U1 hold 550. It's been over and over again. It's doing this. I'm going to have to get aggressive in shorting pops and take some shares off in front of that 550 mark if there continue to be buyers there for much longer.
I'm going to wait on you. I still think we break 5, so we'll wait to see on that. But like Neil said, got to have some targets. You don't want to be caught holding the bag there. Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah, John Paul Gutierrez, good job there, making some money. So that's nice to see. We do like it when our viewers make some money with us right now. But let's just review. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome. It's a fun show, and we're having a fun time there. We do love those super chats, so keep those ones coming. Macy's is a banger, so that's really my number one. No, I lied. Beyond Meat, $5 winner. That's my number one stock. Macy's right now, though, right behind it, still going downside. So Macy's, that's a good one. We are taking some off. DraftKings, Nikola, Tesla. So yeah, we're bullish on electric cars. And then U1, we'll wait on that one. That one's been a mess for me so far, but we'll wait to see some downsides there on U1 as we go. But it's been a fun day. Here goes Macy's still. Now 34s. Look at this. Bang, bang, bang. Couple reloads here on Macy's, and now we head to the low of the day. So yeah, to say we have this one would be a mistake because we hella have this one. 733 down to the downside here. Let's just continue to make some money, guys.
Yeah, and talking about that last name, we just talked about that carve, and don't have locates. I did like a 20 even break initially for a bit of a trade. It would have been a great one. You already had instant dollar winners. It continues to slide downside. Seems like some decent support at 16 even if it gets to that price. So, count me out of this one buying unless it tests a little bit lower or breaks out the top. Those are the conditions that I would need. And we can only go one direction in carve, at least for the short term. We'll see if we have any locates, and we can pick those up. You'll see me get involved. I haven't talked about Chesapeake yet. It was actually the best trade yesterday to the short side. I regret not doing it here off the open. As again, right away, it opens and breaks 15 and makes a $1.50 move to the down. It's $1.30. Check that. Similar to yesterday, it was actually bigger. But either way, now we're looking at $14.50 on any kind of a bounce. Shorting in front of 15 on Chesapeake if it can ever get there. Should still be short sell restricted because that rule applies for both the day that is down 10% and the following day. So watch out, Chesapeake should be SSR.
Yeah, I'm buying more Nikola here, so you could screw yourself, Nikola. Let's just see what happens here. We're going to buy some more of this stock. We're only long at 64.40, so it's not even against us, but I do like this name. We're going to see if it does have some legs to it here today. It's unbelievable that we're holding this Tesla trade, and it's held up through all of this. We just did get our next long here. It's holding up right now, which is unbelievable considering what this market just did. It just dropped 10 straight handles, and Tesla only dropped $3. This this trade is going to be, and it's easy to say this, but it's going to be one way or the other. If it catches up with the futures, that bag the stock is done. If the futures take its toll here and start heading a little bit back up and bouncing, then I do think that we have another possibility for a decent win here on Tesla. So let's just wait to see. Hopefully we'll cross our fingers. We're going to take one more average in here, and we'll see if Tesla can hold the bottom. But we need our friendly market to go. You can't hold along in Tesla and see something like this and expect to win. So we are getting ready to get out of Tesla. Here it goes. Look, it's even crashing more. The market is now coming downside. So here goes Tesla, and there it is. We just got flushed out. So that's Tesla. I do want to go back long, but we're going to need to see this market take itself up. So 990.50 maybe on a break here of Tesla, guys.
Brent, you just asked if I was still looking at NCLH at 19. I absolutely am. I actually had it up right there. It hasn't. It's trying to test it right now. I actually am going to think about shorting a bit of a pop as well. If I can get anything in and around VWAP, with the market starting to actually come down, I just want to get net short in this at some point, and I really haven't done it yet, and I need to dig into it. The only shorts I have on are U1 and Hertz, while being long in DraftKings and Peloton, and Peloton's not really giving that move that I'm looking for, so it might actually have to be the cruise ships today, and if it's going to be one, NCLH on the radar right now, 19 break, pop back into VWAP, shorts in front of maybe 1960 or so. So a couple of ways you can get involved in that name here. It's been a wild morning already, and I feel like we're jumping all over the place with some of these names, and I completely neglected the most fun name of all, LMFA. It did just try a top break through 357 or so, got to $4, turned around on an absolute dime here. So watch for a secondary break through 4. Watch this $3 level. If you can see this, anytime you see this pre-market where you have such a firm seller at that 3 and then you get a big break and run through 2 price levels, watch for that to be supported $3 on LMFA, guys.
Oh man, I'd hate to go wrong here on Tesla. We do take another average here. We go long again on Tesla. So let's just wait to see what this one can do. We have more shares now than we did before. So Tesla trying to make it. CCL, we gave this one to you. I don't know what happened, man. I want to take this low of the day here at 9.10, and I'm not sure. Order must have missed, but this one does hit through 18.75. So that's where we're short now on this name. We do have Macy's as well to the short side. We're just cashing in on that one down to 32. It gets as low as 28. So big things happening. We've loaded up a lot of shares here on Tesla. So let's hope that this one can go to the upside here. Tesla waiting for a bounce here in the futures, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to quickly put the position board on. I have still 4, 2 long, 2 short. We're looking at DraftKings still long, 39.19. My average price was 35. The last entry is what you see there. Short Hertz at 182. I'm going to be short until it breaks 175 and even adding there. Long in Peloton, that's at 51.34. That's in the money, about 20 pennies. And then the short in U1 is 80 cents in the money right now. I haven't been able to add to it. It hasn't gone back to that 640, 650 range. So hanging on for dear life. Every position except Hertz is in the money, which is flat. But it is also time to go to Brendan because it's happening now.
Hey guys, yeah, just like that, half an hour gone. Let's have a look at North American markets here and see how things are shaping up. Pretty muted so far today across the board. I just saw a note, the NASDAQ hasn't had back-to-back losing sessions since the beginning of May. So pretty nice run here for the NASDAQ. Back in positive territory again today, 0.5% to the upside so far. S&P 500 basically flat, the Dow basically flat as well, slightly lower. The Russell, same story as we mentioned, pretty muted so far today. Here in Toronto, the TSX also, hey, guess what? Basically flat. Down in Brazil, the BOVESPA, a little bit positive so far. Some of the mining names down there doing well, I noted. Let's have a look at what is moving around here in Toronto. We mentioned this briefly if you joined us at 9 o'clock. Hexo. Down on an offering today, down 9.5%. You can see huge volume spike here at the open in Toronto for Hexo. Lots of relative volume through the roof today if you want to have a look at that one. Airlines, a little bit weak going into the open in the U.S. Same story here. Air Canada, 2.3% to the downside. 19.15, 19.20 area corresponded with yesterday's kind of resistance zone. Big flush down to 18.70. We're right at day lows for Air Canada, if you're looking for a Canadian airline. Shopify here having a nice day. One of the only ones really showing a lot of strength so far. Shopify gapping up again today. Held 1100 at the open. We're all the way up to 1120 for Shopify. Guys, back over to you.
Guys, we did it again. So there's another chicken dinner winner. Your boy hit DraftKings. We talked about that early. We put on the risk and bang it to the upside. So remember, guys, pigs get slaughtered. We take some out here on that first little resistance spot. Then we take some out a little bit before 40. Now we take some out before 25. But what a trade here on DraftKings. Just keep that money piling up, guys. It's been a big J today. We are exploding the capital across everywhere right here. Tesla now in the money nicely as well. We'll see if we can't take some out very, very soon. 992 or so if we can get that. I don't know why it just stopped there. Let's go. My orders are parked here. Let's see if we get one more bump up here in Tesla and we'll make a little bit of cash.
Yeah, over $1 in the money on U1. Peloton now back to the upside as well. DraftKings a big win as well. The only thing that is actually not a big winner is just me digging into Hearst to the short side, and whatever. It's been like one of our best stocks here for the last couple of weeks. I don't mind there. But LMFA. It is actually a stock name in addition to other things, but breakout through the top. We talked about that 4 even area, or possibly getting any kind of a bounce off of $3. It looks like it is the former, not the latter, that happened. On the run again, we talked about these breakouts. CLAR was one. We mentioned this secondary break just a couple of minutes ago, actually. So I just got long at 05s on a break. We'll take some out in front of 20. I don't know how this keeps happening, 420, and then we'll get some more out in front of 450, and then hang on to see how far this one can go. On a pullback, I'm going to like it maybe to about 360 or so, but LMFA, add that to the list of runners, add that to the list of winners. It's been, look, I mean, holding some of these shorts has been fantastic, but there's been two really, really good breakouts, CLAR and LMFA. Guys, I do go long sometimes, and I did mention, I feel bad about this because someone replied to me on Twitter on U1 that they're holding the bag on that stock. It's not that I'm trying to tell you you can't go long in some of these names, but it really made zero sense to anybody on our floor. Everyone was talking about it. There was no way anyone here was going to go long that name. And so I can't say that I'm surprised this is happening. There's no way the Class D shares should have done what they did in the pre-market anyway. So this one's starting to come back in here. My target's down in front of $5. I think the same thing as Sean. For us, it's not, I'm happy to win. I feel bad for anybody that held the bag on that one. I don't know, it feels bad.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad too. Okay, not 540, 536 here. We've got this U1 trade. So like you keep saying here, we have enough shares. We're averaging out a little bit here. I don't have a bid until 506. So we'll wait for that. It does just bounce off here 528. So maybe we got to wait here. That's twice it's gone down to 530. So maybe we'll put another bid here at 530. Our Tesla, though, that didn't work again. So we're 0 for 2 or 0 for 3. I mean, it's really just 0 for 2. This was the first idea, averaged it, got killed, then took it again, got some out here, got the rest out. We're still holding now a third of our Tesla as it just keeps breaking down. We're going to wait to give it this bottom now, 984. Maybe, I don't know, maybe wait till 984 breaks. But that's the one we got on right now. DraftKings as well, making up for some of those losers. So here we go, DraftKings to the upside. That's a good trade. We're happy with that one. And like I said, U1, CCL, we've taken some money out of that one on this short. We still have 20% of that trade. We don't like it anymore, though. But watch the futures here, guys. They keep coming down. I want to pick a Tesla bottom here, but I keep trying. So I'm going to keep trying again on that one. I don't think it's a revenge trade. I just like that trade to the bottom. Nikola, we're averaged in on this one now. Great little pickup down here, 63.75. Bang, bang. We'll wait to see what happens. I would love for these futures to go up. I have more aggressive positions to the long side than I do to the short side right now. So we'll cheer for this market to get going to the long side here, guys. We'll get out of some Macy's as well.
Yeah, I'm going to actually go back and go through some of my stop orders. One of the things that'll happen is if everything's going well for you, it probably means any downside triggers to control losses are not going to be in play, and you want to cancel those in case they come in a little bit later. But LMFA is making another run at 450 here, and I see it rejecting a couple of times. When I see that happen, my first instinct is to take some shares off. A secondary break would be through 460. So I'm going to get out. This was a late break. It wasn't the initial break. This is the second, maybe even third break on LMFA. So when I can take a 40-cent win, I am all over taking that. And U1 hits our target. And look, I mentioned $5 off the open. I said there's no way I'm going to do anything but short this name. I just got out at 514. Our last entries were up here at 657 and again at 650 here as it came back down. So a big win on U1 for me. We're going to go to the moon when it comes to this one. We said only short. Do not go long in this stock today. It doesn't make any sense. Hopefully you did do that. We had free shorts on this one, which I also can't believe. That's fantastic.
I think I wind up paying a cent there. So, okay. DraftKings, once again, here's a dollar winner for you. So, we've given you everything today. It just keeps going. Oh, good. You made a ton on DraftKings. Good. So did I. So, good job, Jackson, there. We'll continue to share the wealth with you guys on these names, DraftKings and whatnot. Brendan, give us another one that we can hit here.
One we were looking at yesterday, guys. IQ back to the upside here. Just broke 24 there on a decent volume spike. We're back into these areas from yesterday, 24 and a half. A little bit of a pivot yesterday, but IQ, if you remember, 10-cent holdings looking to take a big position in IQ, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to look to rub out of my DraftKings here if it can't hold that 450 mark. You know, for me, you get the breakout trade, that pullback that we like on that little failed break. As long as it holds at 39 and it holds around VWAP, which is what you're hoping to see, it did do that, so that's going to be an add for me. Only mistake was not adding on the way back up, maybe somewhere around 39.30 or so. But the next leg will be 40.50. If it can't break that, I'll look to trail it to about the quarter end mark. So my stop, which is all the way down at 39, is going to be not needed anymore. DraftKings to the upside. Peloton's coming back in, so 51 was the price that I was going to stop out at. I got some shares out for profit. I might add to my position back in front of 51 on that one. But right now, going to get out of DraftKings right here in front of 40.50. See how far it can go. I think it might have some more room, but I anticipated a little bit less in terms of volatility, so I'm going to try and stick to my guns on that one.
We love DraftKings, guys. We hit that one, so that's been a good trade for us. I'm just like I said here, I'm trying to figure out what to do here with Tesla. It's just a little choppy right now, and I don't know, man. I mean, where we got out there, that was a bad out, obviously, as we now rip back up $3. But we're bouncing off this VWAP 990 right now. I'd like to get a leather long down in here if I can get it. So let's park some orders, 988 and change, see if we get some. And then we'll eventually use a pivot point here as I look at another chart, 985 and change. So let's pick up some Tesla on the way down here, see if we can make some money. Look at you, one. Bang! Finally, here we go. We say WTF to you. So this is $1 now in the money. After we take some risk here off the open, doesn't pay off. Again, we're trading big shares, so we have to get out. We get taken out. Now we go to the downside again. That's this trade right here. $1 in the money. So here we go. UONEK. A nice little dollar win here. So we'll floss that one off. This one just keeps on going down to the downside. We don't even floss enough. We got to fix the board here. I can't even see some of these things, but here goes UON to the downside, guys. Big time trading happening on this side. Bang it, $1.20 in the money. You won. Let's give it over to Be Real.
Hey guys, we'll give you another couple names to look at here. Upgrades and downgrades time. Yeah, that one's on here today. Apple with an upgrade, not doing a lot. I mean, it is positive on the day, but Apple on this board for the first time in a while. BB&T coming back in a hurry as well. I noted still negative territory, but back to the upside. Talked about this one already. ChemBio, show you that chart in a second again. Big move to the downside. They had a COVID-19 test kit. FDA has revoked their emergency use status on that. So big move down. Here's Apple. Yeah, 0.5%. Got a little bit of a test of 352 there. Gave you an opportunity. We're already back to 354. This is that 352 area from yesterday afternoon. Came into play a couple of times for Apple. Here's CEMI on the NASDAQ, 60%. Really hasn't done much. Just kind of sitting here at 3.5. This thing was trading 9.5 yesterday. Again, anytime you get that FDA revoking any kind of approval on one of your products, that is what's going to happen. Guys, back to you.
Got another name here from the board. I'm not necessarily familiar with it just yet, but we're going to be looking at VVPR here. Look, there's a lot of runners on this day. This one it's had one halt, sorry, check that, but increasing volume, and it just came downside on a bit of a volume spike through 290 as the high of day on VVPR. So add that to the list of runners, but I got to go and manage this Peloton position. The only two things I have left on, long Peloton and short in Hertz. And Peloton does bounce off of 51 again, so at least for the time being, it's managed to hold this level. You did get a break off of the opening range at 51. This is why it's going to be my stop area on Peloton, but it's trying to get back to the top. I will take some shares out in front of 51.70, which is the high of day. If it gets there again, 23 is my longs. If I can get that 40, 50-cent win, we'll go ahead and do that. We still want to make sure we have some on board if it does take out that high of day and then make a continued run on Peloton. But it's been a good one for us all week long. Want to make sure that continues. 51 is going to be my out I believe it's time for Valeria.
Thank you, Neil, and hello, dear viewers, and welcome everyone who joined us for the first time. Guys, subscribe to this channel and catch us live every day at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Also, join us today at 1 p.m. for our next live-to-tape educational recording. Guys, we will cover 4 trading educational topics today, so don't miss and hit the link I'm sending on the chat. And please support with thumbs ups. Guys, your support is very important for us. If you enjoy our show, please give us all of your likes. I'll see you later. Back to traders.
I don't know what, give us all that support. I don't know what, I thought it's just the way Tesla's moving today, we're missing it. So we still are long right now. We're long 989.90. I do hear some questions, or see them on the chat there about what positions do I currently have. Am I still long Nikola? Hell yeah, I'm still long Nikola right now. I'll put on the board there to show you great little price here that we have on Nikola. We will talk about that. What just happened? Oh, I just got some more Macy's. Bang on that one. So Macy's right now, guys. Big position there. DraftKings, you already know about that one. Thank you for that super chat. We hit that together. $3 winner right now on Tesla. We're $1 in the money on that U1, but we're taking some out. We only have 40% of that position left. Macy's 7-cent winner. CCL right now, we reloaded. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's turn around and talk about our Nikola. Look at this position that we took out down here. 63.50. We wait there. We take that long. So that goes all the way up here. I was actually sitting here, and Nikola, when it opens up, the spreads are just too big. Was unable to get filled here at 64.50. So that's a spot that we like. So I'm going to wait now in the 30s on Nikola. Great little trade there. Look at this short here on CCL. We shorted down here, got out, got a little bit of trouble, averaged in. Now we're cashing in and laughing on that spot. So yeah, everything right now in the money. You just saw the board. Congratulations to anybody making some money today. It's been a little difficult with the futures kind of not doing much, but we'll wait to see here what the next couple hours brings us. It's only 10:15, guys. Lots still to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of those things could be back in a LMFA. It just broke down to $4, broke below $4 actually. My stop triggered and then got rejected because I don't have locates on it. So I'm going to see if we can't get some shorts there. I did talk about the reasons why we got out in front of the top. Yeah, it went another 30 cents or so, but that's fine. You do have to take profit at some point. You know, not always going to get that top wick when you get that perfect out, but sometimes it's going to happen for you. And I hope somebody got this one to the long side and held it for almost $5. We do have one thing coming up today, and I think it's always important. We do these live tapings. We'll do 4 topics every single time. Today we're going to be covering stock splits, share offerings, pre-market tradings, and ETFs. So do tune in for that. It should be a good one today. That's going to be at 1 o'clock on this channel. So make sure you stick with our live channel to be able to view that, guys. We try to give you educational content. Watch live. If you have any kind of ideas about what we should do or what we maybe could do better or previous or topics we can cover, throw them in the chat, tweet at us, drop them in the comments. We'll make sure we get those. Almost everything I think on that list is something you guys told us you wanted, so we're giving it to you.
We give you guys what you want. We're hoping so anyways. If you do want to follow me though, that'd be nice. Follow me here on Twitter. We started this thing at 0. Now we're at 2,600. So hit me up there on Twitter if you can. We do have this vote, only 127 votes right now. So why don't you guys come over? I'll just refresh to see. Right now, yeah, so it's still 64-36 right now for Bulls versus Bears. Come over at Trader TV Sean. Let me know what you think of that one. We also have our new Instagram page posted up today. Valeria and I going back and forth, Trader TV Live here. We have a market wisdom today. Nice. We just started this on Sunday. 250 followers as well. Some little Peroni there. Let me know if you guys prefer what kind of beverage you guys prefer on the chat as well for when you guys make. What was that? Oh, Corona coming from our production team there. Brendan, what is your drink of choice in the summer, my friend?
That is a very good question. I mean, you can't fail with any kind of cold beer, I think is the correct answer for that. Outlook Therapeutics here, nice move, guys. Just popping up on news. They updated one of their trials that is currently underway for treatment. Obviously positive news here. Big time relative volume coming into OTLK, guys.
There you go. OTLK, I'm going to add that to my list, but right now, just 2 positions on, but I'm now looking back again at our good friend GNUS. I do see, wanted to see 315 break, and now, of course, we talked about this when we have a break order to go down there. It never gave us the pullback we wanted into that open price. We had the first flush. At this point, I think we're going to have to look at 330 as the next level to be able to get involved in GNUS. If it's going to be to the south side, it is short sell restricted. So if it comes up even a little bit, we're going to be jumping into that one short. Peloton is holding this bottom rather nicely so far, but we're going to have to see some kind of a spike. Otherwise, I think some of the juice is out of this one. I won't be adding to this one again. I think we're either taking it off in front of that 50 to 70 range, at least some of it, or we're going to get an add on a break of the high of day. So you will not see me buying in front of 51 unless we get anything, maybe a huge move in the market might do that for me. Otherwise, I'm waiting for a 51.70 break. It was a good long initially. I do feel like it's running out of juice after running for a couple of days in a row here.
Wow. I hope you guys held this because I did not. Look at Beyond Meat. You guys want some winners today, given to you by us. Look at this Beyond Meat trade. I gave this to you, and thank you to everybody on the chat for loving this trade. We gave this to you, 158.50. Here you go, Bernadette. Hide your wife, hide your kids, because Beyond Meat is running upside here. So hopefully some of you guys were able to hold that. Again, with the amount of shares that I take, we cannot hold things for that far, and we take the profits. When you're in the money here, $4, you take that, especially when you're a little afraid that it's going to come back. It does retrace all the way back here to 160 even. We got to watch if we get a VWAP retracement again, because that could be coming back in. We do believe in the Nikola trade, and proof of that, we take more shares right now down here. So let's just wait to see. We could get blown out here if it does take out 63 to the bottom, but Nikola right now, look at the futures. How do I get stuck here longs when the futures are doing this kind of stuff? But that's okay. We got CCL short and Macy's short. But right now, the market just keeps falling, and obviously so does Tesla. What the hell was this? News? Any news on this, Brendan?
Just going to check here, guys, to see if there's any market news. Not seeing anything. Just wanted to mention that safety group, SFET, a little late to the party today, but just popping up. They have a new product launch today. So SFET, big volume spike in the last 5 minutes, guys.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
and it can happen. We can put the fail on for Peloton. So as good as it was the last couple of days, and there was an initial trade to be able to get some at 51 and then out at 51.70 at that high. There's the flush. So there's our first losing trade on Peloton. It looks like it will be like shooting a good free throw percentage today if you're a basketball fan. It's actually continuing to head southbound. If it bases out at 50 even, I'd actually be a buyer back again at that price, but you're seeing a bit of a fall here. So the only thing I have left on is the thing that I told you all week long I would always be in short, and that's going to be Hertz. It's nothing. Look, there's nothing fancy about this trade. I'm just shorting everything on the way up here. I actually don't even have that big of a position because it didn't get anywhere close to $2. But if it breaks 175, we mentioned this yesterday, and we're going to reiterate that again today. I'm going to be adding, not subtracting on a 175 break in Hertz. That's just the way it's going to be for me until I see otherwise. So Hertz is the only thing I have left. U1 is holding below 5. GNUS is breaking right now at 315, so that's going to trigger for us once we get a break at 315. It's SSR, so we're going to hope that we get a fill there. Otherwise, we're shorting a pop. Brendan, what do you got, buddy?
There was a COVID-19 update, guys, from Texas. So apparently, a 24-hour period, more than doubling on the percent basis for hospitalization. So I think it was 4.5% on Tuesday, up to 11% in the last 24 hours, guys.
Okay, that's the problem here. That makes a lot of sense. And there it is, bang! Pick up some Teslas down here. We were waiting for some spots to get long, and here we go, back to the upside. Hallelujah! Tesla coming right back to the upside there. We picked that up. It's been a bad day for us on Tesla, but no more. So we'll see here. We do have a decent position here. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see how high we can go on this name. Good little mover here, Tesla. If we can get back to the upside, that does scare me though, Brendan, as you did mention there about those cases. We saw what the market does when they get that negative news. So here we go. We'll have to watch out for Tesla here. Now it fades back down. This is going to be a slippery slope, to say the least, here on this name. We probably should have got some out there at 991. Didn't even really crack it. We'll wait back there again, 990 and change, guys.
Yeah, and I did mention I might not be able to wait on an NCLH here, Norwegian. So dips back below VWAP again after failing to get up to that 1960 mark. It tested it. It came back down. I did miss it through about 35 and 40. So I'm not waiting for the 19 break anymore. We're going to see if we can't short it in and around VWAP using 1950, this lower high, as an area out. Obviously, 60 was a level off the morning as well. And this sort of the news that you're talking about there, Sean, going to give us a little more juice possibly for this trade. And Norwegian, the weakest of the bunch, at least so far today. So going to start working into this one around VWAP. Like we said, area out 1950 to 60 on NCLH.
Okay, yeah, NCLH guys, good little trade there. We just take some out on Macy's. We realize that goes all the way down to 27. Bang, bang, bang. Macy's, just believe in that short and you will hopefully be rewarded. So Macy's right now, a nice little short. We'll keep shorting the retail spots as we go. We do like that one. Just to check it out, days low right now on Urban One right now. We've got this $1.20 now in the money. So here we go. That's like a $10 winner right now on Beyond Meat. If you had that from open, who knows? But we got out of it. You won right now. We did take $5. You won right now $1. I mean, this is a 25% return right now. $5 name, let's call it 20%. $5 name, $1.20 in the money right now. Going downside still on this U1, and we still got this for you. So let's wait to see. I'll probably take a little bit more off right now. It's come down. Actually, we took some off already at 478. That was just at 450. We'll put another bid around 450, see if we can't capture that full $1.50, and then rework it as we go. Futures now trying to turn around again. We still need that Tesla near 491 to get out of some of our position.
Absolutely. I do believe it is already past 10:20. That means we need to get to our good friend Brennan. He is at the big screen.
Hey guys, yeah, small cap time. Lots going on, obviously. Just saw that U1K chart. Great opportunity to the downside. One of the reasons we look at small cap world is a lot of the time you'll come in the morning and these things will be gapping huge to the upside or running huge to the upside and end up being mispriced based on information that is blown out of proportion. Here's one that had that very thing happen to it today. Still 23% to the upside for ACRS. They updated one of their products today. 260 was a bit of support, ended up being resistance. Great opportunity for a short down to 180. It's kind of dying already as far as volume concerned, but 160 up to about 180 ended up being the level on that one. Here's another one. Watts was a lot higher than 28%, but coming back to earth as well. $4 was a line in the sand in the pre-market. I just put this 380 level here as well because it was actually a little bit of support initially, so wanted to see it really get below that. And sure enough, we're down at 280 now, so $1 to the downside there for WATT. LMFA, we sadly do not have locates on this, but 450, if you go out to the daily time frame, got to go way back in time because it hasn't been up here in a long time, but 450 was a great level up there for LMFA. Also gave you obviously a break of this high on the long side just after the open there from about $3, $3.25 up to that 450. Guys, back over to you.
Thank you, Brennan. And I'm going to give you one other name here that usually we're actively trading it when it moves here, Neo, but been bullish on the stock recently. It's actually falling off, not a cliff, but it broke 7 even off the open. It then held that price and is continuing southbound. There were some interesting levels that are down here that we were looking at, at least a few sessions ago. So you want to have a quick look at 660. That's going to be a big one. We're only about 15 pennies away. There's been some dip buying opportunities. Certainly, you had to have a little bit of a stone. You had to have some stones there yesterday if you were buying that one in front of 650. I stopped out too soon, and then it ended up holding that 650 range. And then in the afternoon, again, holding that 660. So you might have to wait Neo out. But I think it's going to be worth it if we can hold those same price areas, maybe look for a bounce. Unfortunately, the bigger bounce didn't happen until literally the end of day in NIO, so you might have to be patient with that one. Watch out. But Neo is firmly on the radar now, dropping like a bit of a rock here as the market heads southbound. I have 3 shorts on. I'm going to quickly give you guys the position board so you can see what they are. We have GNUS. We just got in that 315 break. I had to make sure we got locates. I got 312, so chased it a bit. Short in Hertz at 182. That's in the money a few cents. And then short in NCLH. I'm trying to add to Norwegian here, but it's not giving me the pop that I'm looking for to be able to get something closer to VWAP. If it does get into the 35-40 range, we'll try to get an average price of 1930. That's what I would like to see in front of that 50 and 60 level.
Okay, here comes Tesla back from the dead. So finally, good trade here. Let's see if we can't get going up to the upside there. 990. We'll see about getting some out. We did take a little bit down here. We just got out of that one. We'll wait to see now to the top side here. Hopefully 990 we can get some, and then we'll wait to see higher than that. We need it. So right now our average price 987.28. So sure, we're in the money 75 cents on this one, but you can see the way Tesla moves. We need to get a little bit more out of that stock if we can. 12 cents in the money right now on our CCL short. That was all the way down here, just got bumped up, so that's fine. And then our Macy's is 10 cents in. Our DraftKings is still 70 cents in. I should have got more here. I didn't even notice that this happened. We're trading too many things. And then our U1, we're waiting for 450 to come. This has been a monster trade. Those of you watching me on this one, guys, we're up pretty big. We're short at 581 right now. $1.20 in the money on this one, guys.
Yeah, and GNUS continues to go down. So I thought maybe the way that we'd be adding to the position would be on the way up. It's the other way around. We're averaging in as it goes in the money. I add to my position on a 310 break. So we did get a nice little pop there. Of course, it's short sell restricted, so we kind of needed that help. But we got an uptick at 310. So I have 310 half as an average price now. I'm looking to get some out in front of 3 even. When that breaks, I think the floodgates could open up at least a little bit here. You don't have any levels, at least recently, at those prices. And down 20%, like I said, short sell restricted. You got to find some good ways and creative ways to get yourself into that short. So 3 shorts, looking to average into NCLH as well. I haven't dipped back into DraftKings myself, Sean, but I was looking at LMFA. And like you said, Brennan, we didn't have the locates there. But I did say we have a shot. This 320 level from the pre-market where the initial breakout happened, maybe could have been support. If this gets taken out, I think there's a short there, but watch out because, that even $3 and that 280 could be a couple levels there. So maybe more of a scalp trade if you have the locates. We don't. So our only play would be to go long in front of those levels and hope for a secondary bounce on LMFA.
Yeah, we're talking about crushing Macy's here. I'm going to be tweeting this out, and I'm going to give a shout out to @Daniel Shea as well. I know she was talking about Macy's with us before, so nice couple outs here on that name as it just continues to go to the downside. We got to watch the futures though. We're taking some out, bouncing off of $7.25 here for Macy's. We still have all the same, man. We are dug in now on Nikola, so I'm going to take some more shares here if we break outside again, 63.70, 63.71 or 2 here on the top side of Nikola. We'd like to get some more shares on that one. U1, we're waiting for that to crash through. But yeah, man, it's been a good day. One name that we've ignored, though, is Roku. That was a mover yesterday, to say the least. Shout out to Rob, chilling out over there, looking to buy some Roku. Maybe next time it's down at 50. Okay, 123 and change down here. If we could take the top off, means the market's very aggressive. So we'll wait to see if that does come through. Other than that, man, right now we're just cruising. I'm waiting for Macy's. I'm waiting for Tesla to come up here near 990 again. We'll see if we can't take out some of these. We're in the money right now, $1.20 on this shares, and we're in the money right now, $1.10 on U1. You got something for us, Brendan?
Yeah, 20 seconds here. We'll get the crude oil update for the week. Check the API number. It came out after market yesterday. So the API number, a forecast of the actual inventories number that comes on Wednesday, out at the close, 4 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. Looking for a build 2 weeks in a row. This number, the forecast has been for a small drawdown. 2 weeks in a row, it's been just a monster build. So we'll see here in a few seconds when this number pops in. If you're looking at crude oil, just heads up, this number going to move the market here in a second. Yeah, another build, guys, not as big this week, but 1.2 million barrel build when they were expecting 152,000 barrels to the downside. Guys.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be paying attention to that. We like showing you guys our direct market access and level 2 at times here. And as that was happening, a bit of a battle here in GNUS at 3 even. And I wanted to be able to show you it as it was happening. But there was a buyer at $3. It was over 100,000. It got chewed down to under that. It's now building back up. So I did go ahead and take a few more shares off than I was anticipating in front of that 3, just so we can short any kind of a pop back into that level. 3 breaks, I think that's a decent opportunity to maybe try to add to it. Like I keep saying, short sell restricted, so tricky to get it on a breakdown, but not impossible because got a 310 break with a stop order, so a 3 even break, I think we might be able to get that as well. I'm shorting pops into the teens. I'm shorting a break of 3 even. If it goes back to 320, we'll probably be out of that short, at least in the short term. But much like Hertz, I'm only going one direction in this stock until something drastic happens. Like maybe 350 or something would convince me there was a buy opportunity in GNUS. 63,
let's call it 76 here, 63.85. We'll take some more shares here. If Nikola does go to the upside, 63.70 in change, we'll take that for sure. So we'll wait to see if that one's going to happen. We'll put our board on again. This is what we have, and we need to stay tuned to the screens here just in case these futures do go. I'm looking to get out of some of this Tesla here. Oh, here it comes. Come on, Tesla, let's go. Nice little $1.50. Okay, yes, just get it there for a $2 winner on Tesla. This is what we have right now. CCL, big win there. Donkey Kong, 50 cents in the money. Macy's, $2 in the money now on Tesla. Nikola, we're looking to get more. And U1, big little win there. So you guys can see everything. But that's what we have today. Thank God we just got that Tesla. This is what we're talking about. We just got that 989 there. So I dropped it at 990. We've averaged it nicely here. So we'll take some of these wins off. We've lost on Tesla. We understand that. So we will wait to see now if we can get above VWAP and then get some out up here. Hopefully that can come through. If not, we'll hold this one until the bottom. I mean, the futures are trying, but believe me, if we did have a rune on here, I'm pretty sure this trend is pretty obvious here. Lower highs, then you make them here, make them here. It's not a good one to fight the trend, but we've been doing it. We only have one negative stock today, and it is Tesla, believe it or not. And that's the one I'm mostly focused on. So sometimes that does happen to you, but I hope you guys are having a successful day. It's been a big day, there's no doubt about that, but Tesla right now, that's sort of going to be a make or break for me right now. If we do get above 990, that'll be great. We won't get broken, but we will get out of it if it does take this out, this 984. So I don't know. I don't think we're going to average it anymore. Let's just wait to see what Tesla can do if it does blow up to the upside here, guys.
Basically everything that I've touched today has been a winner with the exception of that Peloton trade. But unfortunately, I haven't done anything in CLIR since the pop to the upside. I've missed every chance to short this name through a 350 break, through this 320 area. We've called some of these levels, haven't done much with it. 280 is the next one to try to hold. And remember, that was the reload price on the pre-market long, was in front of that 275. So 280 was a price there. If that gets taken out, it's another short. But I'm actually looking for this one now to retrace to 330. That initial sort of, secondary push through that price. If we can short in front of it, I'll be very happy with that to add to the list of shorts. But I don't want to force any long trades. We already did a great one, and it's coming back in too heavily here on CLIR. But Brendan has something for us. What do you got there, bud?
Callison, guys, UK-based energy name here, just popping up on a volume scanner. $6 up here, just looking like a bit of a problem spot for this thing, but 22% for CLSN. All kinds of volume behind this move. Just took that top out as well at 560. So off to the races for Callison, guys.
Never even really heard of that stock, so we will look back at that in a minute. Thank you, Brendan, for that update. We go long here on DraftKings again, 39.90, so we take a nice little win there as it now bounces back to the upside. Bang! Look at this, long right there in. Let's see if we can't get some out right away now on DraftKings for a nice, beautiful win there. Wow, what a bottom pick. Bang! Look at this stock just going to the upside here. Nice little long here on DraftKings, so hopefully you'll have that one with us. Beautiful out right there as this one just keeps going to the upside now. DraftKings, what a nice little pickup down there. So we'll wait to see if that one can blow upside, as well as Tesla right now looking to make a move. Hopefully we get above that 990 and we can take some of that out, guys.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people talk about IDEX. I mean, it's not top of the list for me, but I'm going to have a quick look at it. It is moving to the upside, at least a little bit, trying a secondary push. Watch out for, I wasn't watching this when 127 was a bit of a price either in the pre-market or when it made this break, but we had a bit of a volume spike through there. So just sort of watch. It might have been just one order at that price if you're looking at the stock at that time. A nice little bounce off VWAP one time, but if it can't take out the top, it might be a short through that same area, that 127, 130 at some point later on in the day. IDEX, it doesn't have the volatility to be at top of my list. Those are my thoughts on it there. It could potentially be a bit of a break through that 140 mark. And the only reason I say that is it did have already a couple of breaks through a previous area on the daily chart at 135. So there could be some juice to that if it gets past 141, which is high of day. But the volume and volatility aren't that great to be at the top of my list, guys. So I don't know what to say. I'm not that excited about it, to be honest with you. CLIR is a much better name today in terms of both volume and that volatility. I'm looking to short this pop here into that 325 range.
And guys, who wants some U1 money there? There we go. We'll hit the Street Fighter. The best game probably ever. Street Fighter, we picked that up at the bottom, 455. It doesn't get much more perfect than that. This was bungled up a little bit here. We did get out at 650 when we were short down here, but out a little bit there, out averaged in short. Then here's another play right now, 582. That's what we have on board right now. It's actually 581. And then there's $1.30 out. So look at this short right here. Bang, bang. And this is the difference, guys. When you take take a position here, 577, we get out 624, that's 50-cent loss, right? Then you average in again, that's 29. Then you get out at 55, that's a 30-cent loss. But look at the wins, 582, 581 short, right? We take out 40 cents. So that right there makes up for this. Then you take out 60 cents. Now you're in the money. Then you take out $1. Okay, and then now you take out $1.25. So yeah, right now, nice trading on U1 there. Sorry for anyone holding the bag, but your boy shorted it, and that's what happens sometimes on these stocks. Still up 68%. You never want to buy these things when they're up there, but I know a lot of people, Robinhood traders, etc., have made a lot of money chasing the dream. And so here's another one. Keep the dream alive, guys. We are short. We're almost out. We only have 10% of our U1 right now, but what a big trade there. We'll floss that one off. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the show and do like that. We do have, remember guys, coming up, and I'll do this quickly for you, coming up today at 1 o'clock, join us. We have our Market Wisdom channel, and today we're going live. So look, we'll see what happens. It's a live taping, so you'll get to hear everything we think about stocks and about the market. However, these are the topics. Stock splits. So we saw one today. We saw one. We see one pretty much every day. We'll talk about that. Chesapeake, the big one there. Pre-market trading, how that happens, so on and so on. Share offerings and ETFs. Big show coming on for us right now. We just got more Nikola. Let's see if this one can't go to the upside. Bang, 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 bang. Nikola, let's go. We're still hoping that we can get back to where we initially took this thing and should have took off our 50-cent winner.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've been talking about NEO a little bit here, bouncing off of not 660, which we were looking at before, but 666. So it's trying to make a move to the upside, but that's basically because the futures are trying to rally up. And if we're not putting any sort of higher lows just yet, I'm not going to be bullish on this name. It's still just going to be the three positions that I'm going to throw on the board for you here. Short and GNUS, that's back to 311. It's still in those teens. Big buyer there was at that $3 mark, so it's going to have to chew through that to go any further. Short and Hertz, that's still in the money for us. 175 breaks, and we're taking more. We're just saying net short in that one. Finally going to be adding into some more shares of NCLH. It's about to test 1950. We're short this one with the market trending slightly to the downside. Not quite in negative territory yet, but the NASDAQ is getting a little bit close here. And I think it's a good place to be if you're going to look at NCLH and the cruise space. But Brendan, what do you got, bud?
Back to small cap world here, guys. MLND just being alerted on this one. Day highs here just broke $3 to the upside. Decent volume still behind this move to the upside. Melendo Therapeutics, they were out with some trial data that came in better than expected. But you want to see the volume continuing to be more interested. And look at this. We're just making almost volume highs on the day, guys, for MLND.
I'm going to also probably tweet out this DraftKings here as we go. Come on, Tesla, baby. You want to go right now. So we got some big trades on. Look at this DraftKings, guys. Long here, 39.50. This was a big trade. Out. Then we wait for it to drop down again to 40. We pick it up just a little bit below 40 off these little bottom wicks here. We pick that up and then bang to the upside now. Still have this one on. So we take off again half of our position of this new trade off right here at 40.18. Now you're watching this long go upside. We'll see if we can't break the top off right now as well. The Tesla trade, guys, big one happening, hopefully. 986.87 right now we're long. I'm hoping to get out up here on a VWAP break. So let's wait to see if we can crack through. Maybe 992.50 or so. We'll wait to see if that one can come through on Tesla. And Nikola, we're finally long at 64.02. We've been average. We did take it in here, averaged in. Let's wait to see now if we can't get back to the top side. You know what happens when Nikola gets going? A lot of spice. So we'll see if Nikola can get upside here. We'll put an order right near VWAP 64.40 to get out of some, and then we'll hold the rest for a champagne poppy kind of winner here. So let's wait to see if that one goes for Nikola, guys.
Yeah, big move happening in IQ. I do see that, guys. 25 even about to break for those of you not watching. IQ again on the move today, but we're going to throw it to Brendan for somewhat of a mixed board here, our sector watch.
Yeah, market relatively flat, guys, in negative territory, obviously, but let's have a look at the S&P 500. You can see 0.2% to the downside. I actually prefer when the board looks like this because it becomes more clear what is leading in both directions. We had that inventories number for oil, so energy stocks to the downside. One of the leaders to the downside for the overall market. Apache there, 4.8% VLO, and Noble, 3.7%. Leading the way, we have PSX there, 3.6% as well. Real estate stocks, we were mentioning these a little bit beginning of the week. to the upside. Here we go back to the downside now for these little mortgage REITs, all pretty much in negative territory so far. I'm going to flip over to this side. We'll talk about the consumer discretionary stocks. Here's all of the cruise lines right here. So providing a lot of the negativity for the overall market again today. We mentioned the news on Norwegian there, 7.4%. Look at Royal though, almost 8% leading the way. CCL there, 6.8%. There's Marriott, some of the hotels, casino operators here, also to the downside. Again, starting to get some data of increased COVID-19 cases. So these ones are going to be in trouble. Retail names here as well. Gap, Kohl's, LKQ, L Brands there, JWN as well, all in negative territory. Some of the banks in negative territory, but not big numbers here. 2+% for a lot of them, but overall the financial sector as well in the red. AAL, DAL, UAL, all red names as well. Transportation. Airline specific leading the way to the downside here. We do have, though, wanted to mention UPS there offsetting to the upside. One more to talk about here, Keys in the tech sector. That was an earnings play, 2.5% higher on the day, and now 1.8% also out with earnings, guys. That's a look at the overall market. 0.2% still in negative territory. Back to you.
We go $4 in the money and don't take it there on Tesla. And then I say to myself, what am I doing? So we'll put an order up here, 991 or so, see if we can't get out. We are long 986 here on Tesla. So we've waited patiently for this move. It does break through VWAP. It stops at 991. Let's see if we can't get out now. We are offering some right here. So you'll see a little tick up here if we get out. We need it to blast through. We're hiding in here somewhere. So let's just wait to see. And bang, there it is. Breaks through 991. Nice little trade there. Boom it out, a $4 winner right there. So here we go again, guys. Beyond Meat, a big winner. Tesla now a big winner to the upside. You want winners? How does Nikola sound? Bang on that one too, guys. We talked about what kind of a day this might be. We'll electrocute ourselves now with Tesla going to the upside. Nikola, let's get this car companies. Let's get these things going, moving. Now up, up, and away. Oh yeah, and how about your boy on this one? Urban won today. We go down. We have a $2 winner on a $5 name. So a 40% return in one day. How you like them apples? I do see a little super chat here, and it's for Instagram, so you guys can check that out. But why not follow me here on Instagram instead? 250 followers. Who's going to be the number 250 right here? Bye-bye, Nikola. 65 cents now in the money, and we actually have shares on. So here we go. Let's see what we take out this top side. 65. Let's not make the mistake again. Let's put some orders right here, right now. Bang, bang, bang. What a day today, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's what a day. We're shooting basically almost perfect here on almost everything so far. I mean, Peloton notwithstanding. Carve is making a secondary move to the upside. I don't want to get too far away from that one. And good look there. ALEGZ, thank you for the super chat there. You're saying short natural gas. Well, I don't know if he's going to have an energy play or we're going to talk about it at all, but our futures trader, Arun, is ready to now join us to talk about some of the levels that he's looking at and what trades he has put on. So, Arun, I believe you are with us. What are you watching today, buddy?
Yeah, always I'm in these ES futures, and today there's volume, but it just seems to be drifting, in a weird fashion. I want to say there's some levels, but it's not respecting anything. So I'm just going to say the top end and the bottom end. The 3090 is the bottom end level I have. 3155 is the top end. Anything in the middle is very hard to get a read on, because keep in mind the market is drifting. At the same time, there's day two of Jerome Powell testifying in front of Congress. So you have that as a possible, catalyst at any moment. He says any one word, two words, the market will move. You saw what the market did yesterday around 11 o'clock when he opened his mouth and said something. I don't know what it was, but he said something and the market did not like it. So it took off about 50, 60 points. That is the danger of this market today, is that it's so quiet. It is drifting and in a quiet fashion inside of the ranges set yesterday. But at any moment we hear something or something comes out of Jerome Powell's mouth in front of Congress, this market will take off and blow through some levels. So at the moment, I've got nothing. I might be able to find a trade in front of these 3090s. It seems like we're looking to base out here a little bit, but at the same time, the trend is to the sell side at the moment. So I'm going to be very careful of how I try and enter these longs. But I am looking for longs potentially in this area, because at this point, 55 on the top end, 90 on the bottom end, you really can't take anything in between. You really have no choice. There's only 2 trades to be made in terms of a risk perspective at this point in time in these prices. I can only look for longs. And if this breaks, then I can possibly take a short, right? But I'm not going to take anything that's crazy. I don't want to get into a position and then Powell opens his mouth and this market goes crazy in the opposite direction and I'm screwed. So I'm going to sit out, see if I can catch a long that makes sense from the risk perspective. Until then, I'm okay just sitting around doing a whole lot of nothing. So hopefully you guys are killing it out there on Tesla and all these other stocks, but I'll be sitting here waiting patiently. Back to you guys.
And there's nothing wrong with that, Arun. We've noted a couple of times, that we're sliding, sort of slowly to the downside with these nice little retracements, but it's a very, very slow grind trend. And, we're actually still basically flat on the day. If you look at the NQ, the ES has turned negative. That's the S&P 500 futures. And, speaking of futures, another way you can express trades in the futures market, the overall broad market, would be the SPY, which is an ETF, the Qs. But that means I want to drop this for you guys. What is going to be coming up a little bit later? We do have one of our live streams at 1 o'clock on this channel for education segments. We will be doing. We're going to be talking all about stock splits, pre-market trading, which is very, very important these days, share offerings, which again, you saw that in DraftKings and a few names this week, and ETFs. So make sure you join us at 1 o'clock live, all 4 topics we're going to do. And if you have any topics that you want us to cover, just go to let us know. Drop them in the comments section. Drop them in the chat. I think we're going to be covering everything that you guys give to us, at least to the best of our abilities, guys. I want to get you to some of the positions I have on. We did take a bunch of shares out in GNUS, down around $3. Nice little pop back up here that held the teens and held 20s. I reloaded the first time, but because I didn't get any shares out on the way down, I didn't reload the second time. Bit of a rule I have: if I have close to full position on, if I take some out, then I'll do the reload. If I haven't already done so, then I can add. But I had already added to the position, so none out on the first move down. I will take some out in front of 3. It was a massive buyer down there that got chewed through a little bit, but then reloaded. When it got below 100,000, that bid, it then re-upped. That's why he took some more shares off in front of 3. Anytime I see that, I know there's going to be a big buyer there, guys. So big time move there in GNUS. It is still developing. I'm digging into Hertz a little bit. I haven't reloaded in DraftKings yet. There was a missed opportunity bouncing off of VWAP. I still think there's a secondary break potential through high of day at 40.60. That's why I took my shares off at the end at 40.48 in front of that 40.50 mark. So for me, it's going to be a breakout trade through 40.60, or it's going to be a pullback into VWAP. Another shot there for me in DraftKings if we can cash that one, guys. But either way, I just have the 3 shorts on right now: GNUS, Hertz, and Norwegian, which is holding the top end of its range, as I do see 1943, 1944. I know some of you are still looking at LMFA. I mentioned a couple of times here that we didn't have the locates on this one to be able to go short. But again, the only thing you can do is go long. 260 and 280 were a couple of levels we had. If it can possibly break out through that original 320 break price, I would consider going long in this name, but I've been trying to stay away from this. I don't want to force the trade just because I can only go in the long direction, guys. It's been such a good morning. I don't want to be throwing away those profits, chasing something just because I don't have the locates. There's plenty of names to be bullish on that you can like a little bit better. I'm looking for Peloton if it can get down to that 50 mark again. I'm looking at a break in DraftKings, like I mentioned, at 40.60. So I might take a small position on a 320 break. I prefer to be shorting LMFA.
Okay, guys, let's put this up here. We don't prefer anything other than the positions we have. So let's have a quick look here. CCL right now, that's nothing. I don't even know why we have that one. DraftKings, 50 cents in the money right now. Macy's, 3 cents, but we're flat. I'm going to get out of that one. Nikola, we've just been running that one to the upside. We just got some out at 65. We'll review the chart in a minute. That's 75 cents in the money. Tesla's Quattro, $4 in the money right now. And UONEK, $2 plus in the money. So yeah, we are back from the dead right now, and we keep on going up, up, up and away. And here's that Nikola trade, guys. We talked about that. I actually went. I didn't even realize that we had another trade to put on right here, but we had some monitor issues. What else is new? Sometimes look at Tesla, guys. Big move upside here. We are long right now, 987. You just saw that on the board. So here we go to the upside right now. Tesla 987 long. We're busting out now. It's been an ugly chart today, but maybe if we can get above this, we'll see what happens to the upside right now. And by the way, Nikola back to 65. So we're banging these trades off right now. Let's just see what happens. Can Nikola get back upside here to where we were in the pre-market? That'd be pretty sweet, 65.74. But right now we are long this one, $1 plus in the money. So everything's going up. $6 win Nikola, $2 win on Urban 1, $5, $7. Everything's popping. Nikola, Donkey Kong 50 cents as well. Wow, what a day. Here we go, Brendan.
Hey guys, yeah, we'll check in on the currency market, see how things are shaping up so far. A lot of money flows back into the US dollar once again today. So you're going to see a lot of these in negative territory as a result. Euro back to the downside. We're back to that kind of 112.25 area, down 0.3% for the euro today. So we were mentioning 112.5. This is an hourly chart going all the way back to basically March on the euro. So a huge move up, kind of consolidating up here. Watch 122 at a spike down there yesterday, 122.5. Also decent level for, 112.5 for the euro. Canadian dollar here back to the downside as well, ever so slightly, 73.75. British pound also to the downside, 125.5. Both the Swiss franc and Japanese yen were decently higher yesterday, seeing continuation on the Swiss franc, Japanese yen not so much. I want to mention Bitcoin down here holding 9,400. We got down to 9,200 yesterday, bit of a pop, but negativity again today for both Bitcoin and Ethereum, guys, but overall pretty muted. Back over to you.
Move happening right now on Hertz through $2. Looking at 215 and 230 is the next levels to the upside. The last time this happened, I bailed and made top wick. I'm going to try not to make the same mistake here and give it to that higher level. But if I don't see any news here, there seems like there's a big break happening. I don't know if there's something happening here, Brendan, but if you can take a quick look. If there's nothing, 230 is that top area. You go 2 sessions ago to watch that high. If that breaks, going to have to bail on this position. But I never want to give up on Hertz too early. I've been net short this for quite some time now. And GNUS has a massive seller at 315. I'm moving my stop from 320 down to that 315 seller. I actually want to show you guys a level 2 here, guys, because GNUS, if this breaks 315, I liked 320, but I'm going to give it past this seller here and look for another re-entry point on that one because they just jumped in, bracketing $3 and 315, a couple of massive orders, waging a battle in between those two.
Yeah, I went and stepped finally into Hertz, guys. Be patient a little bit with this one. As you guys know, we step in just right now and we get that short. So we're going to wait. 209 is our short right here. So we'll see if this one can't fade back down here. 209 short Hertz. Let's see if we can't make some money off of this one. Maybe a $2 break back to the downside. But right now, Hertz exploding up. So we'll see. Brendan will come if there is any news. But you got it. Okay, what's up, Brendan?
SEC guys may have an issue with this share offering we were talking about both yesterday and the day before. Looks like the chairman, Jay Clayton, saying that the SEC told bankrupt Hertz before it went ahead with the offering that it does have some issues with the offering that came out after market yesterday, guys.
Issues, eh? Okay.
Yeah.
211, 281. We knew about there was going to be some issues, obviously.
I don't think that's too much of a surprise.
I don't know. Yeah, like Neil said, I don't know if that's news or not, but we'll wait to see here. Where's my out? Let's go. We're right here, guys. This is going to be a $6.50 winner if we can get it. We're waiting right here, $9.93 and change. You know, I can tell you where. It's coming up, though. If we get this, you're going to see a big bang, and bang, there it is. We get out of Tesla. We get energized. There it is. Another win for you guys. Big time upside on Tesla. We were crying when that blew us down, but now we're all the way back, baby. Tesla, thank you so much for that one. We do love you, and we do love electric cars. So be safe, and let's get some of that through. But bye-bye gas companies. We get out at 993.80 there, and there it is, guys. Great trading. Everything popping up. Talk about great trading. Nikola to the upside again. Your boys got this one again. This is a $1 plus winner. Look at these pickups. 63.75, 63.50. By the way, guys, it's at 65.25. 63.60 again. 63.79. I gave every single one of these pickups to you. This one I had to go deal with my monitor that broke down, but here we go. We're still long, and Nikola to the upside. The day is getting bigger, better, and badder. Let's go, guys.
Watch out here. NIO also sympathy play to the upside, obviously with Tesla moving here. It's finally found a bottom. I think it's probably just being dragged up on that news. The market is also coming upside here, guys. So reverse long potential at VWAP here on NIO. Also, I think you can buy bottom buy. Forget about 660. That's what we liked before. 675 is the new price I'm going to be targeted in on. So we're right around here on NIO. I should have been in earlier. We waited for exact and perfect entry because we got in too early last time. Not going to make that same mistake. Going to be a buyer 75. Going to be a buyer breaking VWAP at 690. Either way, Hertz is trying to take out 225. If that goes, I'm going to look for a re-entry because I can't fight this one too long, but I'm not going to be done by a long shot. I want to be short this one every chance I get. I don't think this is kind of new news here, but if it's going to take it out, I'm not going to fight it forever. I'm going to get out here on a 225 break and look for a free entry point on Hertz. Obviously, the buyers have come back into that name, and they're also jumping over into NIO. I don't want to miss this train as we're headed back to $7. We should have had this one at 660, 666, check that. But 660 was our level. We didn't buy until it got down to that price, and we paid the price for it.
Yeah, we tried super small there on Hertz at 211. You never want to stand, like Neil just said there. Oh, we have a train thing. Oh, I don't know which. I'm just going to hit this. I have no idea what this one is. We don't see it. Fail. Okay, that's a good one. Fail here on Hertz. Wow. Good out, Neil, for you on that one, obviously. You said 225.
We'll see.
If you happen to, yeah, we'll see. If you happen to go long there, nice little 10-cent winner. Who's calling me? I'm going to screen that call. Get out of here. Okay, now to the upside. Hertz continuing to go, go, go. That should have been that big news there. We should have hit that a little more aggressively to the north side there, but we did not. So now we'll wait to see what Hertz wants to do. But in the meantime, look at Urban One, guys. This trade just kept on coming. Bang, 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 bang. And we're still in this. Let's just take this thing off. I mean, there's absolutely no reason really to hold this. Where did we start out? We got 444 here. We grouped up right around here, 340. Where are we now? 340 might be a good out. Let's just take this out, guys. This is a $2.20 winner on the last 10%. Your boy has this. Oh, and what else? Nikola, one of my favorite stocks now, is back in the building. We talked about taking out highs, and here we go. I just put an Instagram story out. We get a flurry of Instagram followers. Thank you so much for that, guys. And here goes Nikola, $1.50 in the money. What have we had today? Tesla $7 winner. Beyond Meat is now $10, but we only took 5. You won there, 50% return basically here on this $3 stock. DraftKings dollar and change winner. Beyond Meat we've already talked about. Everything is ripping. Macy's one of my best stocks today. Believe it or not, how could this be one of your best stocks when it's only gone down 15 cents, Sean? Well, it's about share size management, and that's what you got to do. And here we go. The day just gets better and bigger, guys.
Yeah, and Hertz rolling over here again, guys. So 230 was a bit of a stop. It did get through that price. It came back downside, so I'm jumping back into this when I said I actually thought it would take a little bit longer to do it, but I'm going to work off of that high. So get blown out, but every single day I'm shorting this stock until it's going to be absolute death. 250 was a level, but forget it. It only got to 235. I'm rolling back in here. I'll try to take some out in front of $2 if it can get to that price. The seller at 315 on GNUS is still there. So I would watch out. If you're trading this name, like I said, I've moved my stop to 320, from 320 to 315. GNUS could break a little bit upside if they do get through that seller. It was a big, big buyer at 3 even that re-upped more shares there on that little bid. So do watch out there. Hertz now falling back down. So like I said, I'm going to start working out of this one to the downside. We did have that 25 break. We got back in shy of that price, so it's almost like we should have just held it the entire time and given it 10 extra cents. Either way, we jump back into the short and getting some out right here in front of $2 as it heads back southbound. So Hertz short, GNUS, at least for the time being. Watch out 315, guys. And NCLH is not going anywhere. That one just hanging out and doing nothing. Very, very surprised. If you're still watching LMFA and have the ability to go short here, 260 is a big break there. There's Hertz through $2 now. So I'm angry with myself because you get out at 225, you just get back in lower, and now it looks like it might retrace almost everything. I don't know that that's news to me when you're talking about the SEC having concerns. What? You have concerns trying to raise $1 billion in the market on an offering when you're going bankrupt? I mean, come on. That's low-hanging fruit. I think everybody should have thought that was the case. I'm not sure why that's news here, but it popped the stock anyways, had a stop, got out, realized it was turning, got back in. Let's see if we get back down to the 185 range where we should be in the first place.
Yeah, I love that 185 range there on Hertz, but what a big day it has been once again on the show. Oh, we give a shout out to Lucky Frog. I'm gonna go fill up my coffee. I have another picture for you to come. So my princess made me another one, and that's gonna be coming up very, very soon after I refill the coffee. But right now, it looks like, are we ready, guys? Yeah. We're ready now at the big screen with Miss V.
Hey guys, welcome to the European update. European shares rose in the morning on the hopes of more US stimulus and potential global economic recovery. At this moment, European markets are mixed. Switzerland is leading up 1.54%. Britain is up 0.13%. Germany is up 0.37%. France is up 0.73%. Spain is down 0.37%. And Italy is down 0.28%. That's all with Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Back to traders.
Thank you very much. We just bounced off of 194 on Hertz, so I did get some out there near the bottom. This is literally where everything basically started on that move. So it goes all the way up to 235, blows everything out. I got it at 225, got back in when it retook that price, but not until an average price of about 217, 218, a bunch of execution shorters. I was sort of jamming back into the short on the way down. It seemed like it would be nothing to me. It seems like that might be the case. Our stop is going to be right back at that 220 to 225 area, but we're going to let it trade through there. Hopefully, when that spike happened, and you heard us saying we didn't think that was much of anything, you did jump over and have a chance at that short opportunity in a Hertz. I'm finally into CLIR. I was waiting for a pop. It holds 280, but now I'm just going to short this one in front of VWAP here. I talked about this for a while. We're finally involved in this name. It's been a while since that great long that we had off of the open. That was a big time winner there. Shout out Enrique. Thank you for that super chat. Maybe it'll pay for a little coffee for Valeria. She can get more sugar in her there. But I'm now short in CLIR. To add that to the list, I'm going to hang on to half my Hertz, basically for us to go back below $2. I mean, I don't think this was gigantic news. Obviously, it sparked a little bit of buying, but for me, if it's going to hold below 230, it's going to at some point break that $2 mark again. And that CARV is starting to come back in one more time. We have been looking at 14 even to the downside, but we need to get locates to be able to short that price. I'm not going to do any breakout long trading. It's up 500% on the day today. And the breakout would actually have to occur at about $20 anyways, which is $5 from here. So not for me, CARV, but if that's your cup of tea, just watch out for that $20 even area. It is that time of day. It's almost 11:05. I believe we have Brendan and our guest trader today.
Yeah, it is that time. Absolutely. 11:05. We are very happy to have Martin Quintero joining us for Guest Trader of the Day today. If you want to participate, and please send an email to marketing@tradertv.live, and we'll get you on as a Guest Trader of the Day. Let's bring in Martin Quintero joining us for the first time on the show. Great to have you on the show, Martin. It's been an interesting day, to say the least. How has your morning gone?
Hey, guys. Very happy to be here. My morning has been going really well. At the morning, with a little bit of nervous, just missed trade a little bit, but the day became great. So I'm really happy about it. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, it's been, there's lots of opportunity as always in the market. Let's get back to it here. We'll bring in Neil and Sean.
Hi, Martin. How is it going? Good to have you on. It's been a wild morning so far. Obviously, you can see crazy moves happening everywhere, things unfolding real time in something like a Hertz. Are there any particular things that you're watching in the market today? Could be something that maybe we've covered, maybe we haven't. What's on your radar right now?
Okay, I have to say that it's really difficult to me to find opportunities at this times after 11 o'clock. So most of my, actually all of my trades are closed already. I was on UONAK on Watts and cleared for a couple of bounces. Yep.
So what was that symbol again?
Yeah, I was on UONIC in Watt and clear and CLIR.
Yeah, CLIR actually, oddly enough, I just got into a short on this one. I was really only going long off the open on a break, but it just had a pop up here at 325. So I immediately threw a stop. I mean, again, it made a sort of a firm base, and this is where we originally had a long at 285. And if I see that little base happening out, it made a higher low. I had a resting order off of this 325 level, and then a big seller just jumped in on the level 2. And we kind of gloss over this at times, and I have a big level 2 up that I like to show you guys. But there was a huge seller at that 325 mark that got broken. I decided to get out and look for a better short. Now, sometimes you can short something here, in front of VWAP and think that's the best entry point, but actually breaking and holding lower than 3 or testing that 280 can be even better. So just because you have a better price doesn't mean you have a better position. I like a couple of levels to the upside on CLIR better, 340, 350. If that can hold, I think I'm a little more confident in that short. At this time of day, I don't want to be standing in front of it if a big level is going to break. It's been one of my best stocks on the session, so I only gave it a couple of pennies. We're in, we're out. I'm not going to get in the way of those sellers. GNUS is very, very similar here, where I've seen some big buyers and sellers move the stock inside of the range, $3 to $3.15. So you got to use the tools that are available to you. For us, a lot of the times we're watching those level 2s rather heavily, both Sean and I, and we try to show that to you guys as well. And if you don't know what we're talking about, when it comes to level 2, make sure you check out our Market Wisdom page where we do have a video on level 2 specifically. Martin, is a level 2 something you are familiar with, or are you only basing the trades mainly off of charts?
No, absolutely. I am familiar with the level 2, and it is actually during this year that I have been learning a lot. I have learned how to use the level 2 and the time and sales to confirm my entries, especially in these levels that are really important to me. So, for example, in this position, I use the level 2 and time and sales in order to get out my last short in the line of $3. So these tools are really important to me. It's my very best indicator for my trading day.
Martin, we are having a little problem with your microphone. It sounds pretty choppy here, so I'm going to leave it with our production team. If we can't fix it, we'll have you back on. But right now, it's not working out for us right here. Maybe if you could switch your headset, if you can hear me right now, that may help. But okay, guys, we just get out of that U1, and guess what? That's that $2 winner. So you know what time it is right now, guys? I think it's about that time. We have a $1.20 winner on right now on Nikola, and today it's fruit salad time. We are back. We are going to relax very much like you, Martin. It is now time to sit back, relax. It's 11:08. We have just crushed the market. We have big winners on. Nikola, $1.25 in the money. You know what's new today here, as I see, cheers, is blood orange. It looks like we got some blood orange in here today, so that's nice. We haven't had that before. My favorite still today, though, is watermelon. Let's just chill out. DraftKings, 31 cents in the money. Macy's, we're still small on that one, 4 cents in the money. And Nikola, now, I'm letting that one ride. Let's see if we can see a 70 spot today on Nikola. Your boy's long 65 right now. It's at 66.50, so let's just keep riding this train upside, guys.
Yeah, and the train going up on CLSN, still going upside through $6. Secondary break on that name. We have been watching that one rather heavily this morning. No trades on it yet. I am hunting for a short on the CLSN at some point, but it's got continuing volume. And one of the things when you're watching a breakout, is it sustaining volume to the upside right now? That has certainly been the case, and it's huge break. If you look at the daily chart, there are some levels if it ever gets back below $5 that you're going to want to pay attention to. But this is now the fourth session in a row that we're breaking to the upside on CLSN, and the volume is really the story, because at lunchtime, for it to still be putting up those types of spikes at highs of the day shows you just how much juice CLSN has in it. That's why I'm not looking for the short just yet. But we do have a couple on, and I want to get back to Hertz because obviously you had that massive move. Bottom wick on our last exit point here, but I still have actually over half of the position on our re-entry into the short. So you get blown out on the first short. I told you at some point we're going to get blown out because I'm shorting it every single day until I get broken. And then what do? literally jumped back in a couple of minutes later. Why? Because it just turned right around and the news seemed a little bit like nothing to me. So if we get back below $2, I'll take some more shares off here. But, you know, honestly, there isn't a heck of a lot of reason why this shouldn't be back in the 185 range at some point today. So watch for a 2-even break. I'd probably add to the position if it ever did that. 225 is going to be the same stop we had before.
And there it is, guys. Cash cow time today. And what we're talking about is Nikola, as that just keeps going to the upside here. We are waiting for that. We will wait for, I mean, there it is, a break of the high of the day. Today's code word, guys, Nikola. So there you go. That's the code word today. Means absolutely nothing except for cash. So right there, we go flying today. It's been a big day. Valeria, watch out below as we hit our new graphic coming out. There it is. Oh, that's so nice, Valeria. Thank you so much. Brendan, what's up?
One we were looking at earlier, guys, just popping up on a volume scanner again, IDEX, Ideanomics. They secured a big order for from a larger company for a couple of years worth of products. So a nice 24% move here now, just taking out day highs on big volume spike there for IDEX, guys.
Thank you very much there, Brendan. I was just about to go to a couple of names here, but I do believe, Martin, we have you back on. We've corrected some of those sound issues. Apologies for all of that to all of our viewers, but I think we should be sounding good. We're asking you a little bit, and I know it got cut off there. I was showing some level 2s and talking about a direct market access and what you look at, and I know you were answering that question. I didn't hear it. I'm not sure if everyone was able to, so if you could just let us know, do you watch level 2? Have you brought that into your radar on your trading? Is it a regular part of your process, or is it mainly charts? Just wanted to ask you that again.
Hello again. I hope you hear me better now. I have changed my headset, so I hope this is way better. So yes, I do use level 2 every day. I have learned a lot about level 2 and time and sales. So it's very important to me when I'm looking into a level. I draw a line into a maximum of the day or one particular line for deep buyers. And whenever the price is coming to this line, I do use the time and sales and the level 2 in order to confirm my entries. So for me, it's like the best indicator I can have during my trading day.
Excellent. That's what we love to hear. I mean, you know, one thing we talk about when it comes to sort of indicators is anything that you can have to give you extra confidence. So sometimes you might be looking at, you know, some people talk about VWAP. You hear us talk about that all the time, and moving averages. But if you can throw in, you know, a big buyer or seller on the level 2, maybe there was an iceberg order at that price and you were watching it, that's going to be an important thing. And one of the reasons why we're going to talk about pre-market trading is because a lot of times you will see those levels emerge. In the pre-market, some big buyers and sellers will tip their hand. I want to get back quickly into trading here because NEO is sustaining this move to the upside right now around this little VWAP. 685. We're bouncing back and forth. I didn't mention we like to dip to 675 for a buy opportunity. That hasn't happened yet, but watch out for that 7-even mark. I think you could have that whole negative to positive story if you can get back up there. You're seeing the market trying to get back into positive territory on the ES. NEO's been a nice little runner here. We'll want to see if it can't continue that through 7-even, but I like it much better at 675 on a bit of a dip. And we're still working out of small amounts of the Hertz position here. I'll have half of my position when $2 breaks, if it does happen. Still going to stick with that 225 as an out. We reloaded, you know, four times here, you know, 221, and at the bottom at 216 for an average of about 218. And then again, I still think we can be back in that 185 range, simply because I feel like the volume spiked on that news. Some buyers came into it, blew out some shorts. Obviously, I was one of them. But really, I don't think anything about that SEC news is anything surprising on Hertz. So that's the reason I jumped back in. You can revenge trade, or you can have a plan of action there. And so once we digested the news, that's just jumping back into the short. Shouldn't have been blown out in the first place.
Yeah, that Hertz trade, big one there for sure. But I mean, I hope people made money. I just talked to Greg, thought that was such an easy short up there. Unfortunately, hard to get, but yeah, we'll wait to see if we break down through 199 again here. Looking like a nice one, but okay, as we go, guys, that's about all that we have on right now. Nikola, we're looking to wait for a 66 break. That may happen. We'll take it off for $1 if that does happen. So Nikola on a break through 66. We'll take out half of what we have left and get out there, but okay, Martin, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Why do you think, if traders, watchers haven't hit the subscribe button, why should they hit a subscribe? And on that note, why are we the best show?
Okay, yeah, I have to say that especially for us that are starting trading, it's really difficult to find very good information around it. It's full of marketing from this contract for difference guys. So you are showing the real part of the trading, the most important way that we can do. And yes, definitely the source of information that we have with you here, right in this channel and in the Market Wisdom channel, is incredible and amazing information that you will find for sure with a guru of the trading for $5,000 the DVD. And I hope, but for sure, the information you guys are showing to us is super valuable, and we do appreciate what you are doing to us.
Well, hey, we're going to keep doing it. We've been doing it now for a bit, and we're not going to stop. What's up, Brandon?
What we were looking at yesterday, guys, Martin, we mentioned yesterday on the show, United Steel was a big mover to the upside yesterday after that big $1 trillion infrastructure spending bill that Trump has been talking about. To the downside today, though, 7+% in negative territory, just making day lows. In fact, they updated their Q2 forecast to the downside today, guys.
I was just mentioning in the chat here about IQ making a top-end range 25, one little break at 25 even to 04 before coming back in, bouncing a couple of times here off of 24.60. Going to be all over this one, short side at 24.50 if it does go. Secondary break, I'm a little bit cautious on this name because remember the news here is of course some possible deal speculation. So I think there's a limited upside there. We have free shorts, so we're able to take this as we will. But 24.50 to the downside, we'll be shorting on IQ when it gets there. GNUS, I'm going to take off a lot of shares in front of 3 even. And again, I keep reiterating it. There was a buyer at that price that I expect to be reloading as well. So if you're going to run into that kind of support, why not take your profit there? Been shorting in front of the teens. But when IQ does pop in, I'm going to take out some in front of VWAP if we continue heading down. And then look at this chop on the way up. 24, 15, 24 even. Probably take a few shares out in front of there as well. But if it can take out that level, I think support's going to be down around the open price at 23 even. So let's see what happens. It's a lot of speculation with this name. So does give it some room on a pullback. If any of those levels hold long enough, you can have a buy opportunity. I talked about reversing into some longs off of shorts. The first day this was in play, I would do the same thing here. But for now, looking short, 24.50 on IQ.
Yeah, we're going to give a little news alert here. We'll shout this out to our Twitter family here. If you're following me on Twitter, I'm just about to tweet this out. 12 noon here. Brendan, I'm taking your job here. 12 noon, Fed Chair Powell testifies again. And then Loretta Mester speaks, the Cleveland Fed president, at 4 p.m. So that's after the market, so we don't have to worry about that one. So we will delete that. But we now do have Chairman Powell coming at 12 noon, so we'll be off the show. But Martin, do you ever follow some of the broader economic news, or do you more focus generally on stock-specific news? Do you look at the macro if you're swing trading? This may be something here at noon today.
Yes, I focus practically in the news from the stocks I'm trading in the day. I am not highly focused in the general news. So for me, it's only it.
All right, that makes sense. Yeah, we're waiting as well for these different things to pop through. So, okay, right now, guys.
I'm going to give a shout out to Bernadette. That was pretty hilarious. Breaking: GNUS has no news and hasn't really had much of anything for a while. Sort of speaking of a lot of these, I mean, it seems like every single day, Martin, I don't know if you follow along, something like that, like Robinhood watch list or some of these gappers that you see every single day. Do you ever dip your hands into or your toes into some of these, high flyer gappers in the morning? If you stay away from them, sort of what are your reasons for choosing them or not choosing them? And what is your process for what is tradable for you when you sit down in the morning?
Okay, a deep question. Well, I have a couple of scanners from Trade Ideas. Is I think one of the most common scanners. So what I look in the morning, I do like to trade some of the small caps that are like the top volume in the day. So I focus in these small caps with a very strong catalyzer or a very weak catalyzer, because if the stock is overextended and it doesn't have any strong catalyzer, this is a red flag for me to short the stock as much as I can. So, for example, for me in WAT today, I did have this announces partnership with largest Chinese battery manufacturers, but this catalyzer for me was not as strong, and as well it matched with my setup for shorting these stocks. So I think Brandon and me take exactly the same short position. I was short in the line of 4, and I was looking all the way down to the $3. So this is what I take today. And yeah, I focus in the high relative volume. I focus in the catalyzer of the news, and it's very important for me to have volume in the morning and present this setup in the graph. So all this combination of all these factors for me give me a bias of what do I want to do in the trading day.
You mentioned there, of course, a watt was a good price through that $4 break. Now, it tested that level in the pre-market, and you mentioned volume being important to you. Do you engage in that trade? Are you shorting that one in the pre-market? If so, do you have any particular rules that you follow? For me, I know there has to be enough liquidity or at least decent volume in there for me to give any credence to any level I see in the pre-market. But do you pre-market trade? Are you in that one before 9:30?
I do pre-market trade. At the beginning, I was afraid of because of my broker do not allow me to put stop orders and like stop loss orders in pre-market. I can do it in the market opening very well. But yeah, so what I do in pre-market is start shorting in that case with not a big size. So in case that the price goes against me, I can execute an order to get out of the trade. But for me, my only one rule to go in pre-market is you can short, but don't get too big and wait until the market opens for a confirmation, for a retest, for VWAP, or this retest of the previous support line, so you can get bigger and bigger and cover in the lines you are looking for.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things we're going to be talking about in our video today is pre-market trading, and you said something there about stop orders that you really, really have to be wary of, because, you know, I can call up any one of these like small cap movers that has, you know, light volume in the morning here, and you're going to see these little wicks from time to time. There are a lot of big prints that will come through, block prints, whatever they might be. And if you're not careful, some platforms are going to have stop orders, recognize those prints as true, and your stop order could get triggered. And liquidity is also a concern in the pre-market. So there are a lot of reasons why it's legitimate not to have stop orders, or at least fire a market order on that stop order in the pre-market. So I kind of I would tread carefully when you're doing that, certainly. And I think some brokers protect traders against that. Brandon, you got some news for us?
AFH just making day highs here, guys. 295%. Haven't seen this one yet today, but just popping up on a volume scanner, you can see big volume just coming into this thing as we're making day highs. A little financial company, they're selling part of their business or closed the sale of part of their business. So a little bit of positivity here. You can see on a normal day, this is yesterday, this thing barely trades on a normal day. So huge volume in AFH, guys.
56 million. Wowzers. I mean, obviously, look, there's been a million of these stocks today, but this one came from penny stock status, and looks like it's the first time a run through this one. So, like, a lot of times you've seen these moves extend 1, 2, 3 days. It's going to be dependent on what you see happen in the afternoon. And I think I'm going to pull up a 3-minute just because we're a little bit later on in the session here today. The first thing I'm always going to look for is if we do get a flush on AFH, does it break through multiple levels to the downside? If it holds, say, $1 and then pops, if it pops in the afternoon, a lot of times that can mean you're looking at a possible gap up again the next day. If it doesn't do that in the afternoon, I'll probably be all over shorting this one come tomorrow. But there's a lot of things that have to happen after you sort of already missed a 300% move to the upside to be heavy short on this one, at least on the second day or in the afternoon. But watch out. If it does hold a base in the afternoon above 1, makes a secondary push in the afternoon, watch out for it to gap again on the second day, because we've seen 2-3 day moves with some of these with sometimes even no reason. Brennan, what do you got?
Martin, another one to look at here. Yum China. I was going to mention this one earlier, but got away from it. Yum China exploring the possibility of a Hong Kong listing coming, guys. So we're up decently on that news today. It's been strong. Remember way back a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about Luckin Coffee. This was one of the names that was rumored to be interested in Luckin Coffee as well, guys.
And guys, look at this out here. I mean, it's still fruit salad time, so we're still enjoying this one right now. Subscribe to our watch, subscribe to everything. We'll be back every single day on this one. But sometimes you get the perfect and it's not the perfect in, but it's more about the perfect out, guys. This is what it is. We drop all the way down here. We've been short since 583, right? What you have to notice is that there's some sort of a turn happening. All we did was take down levels. So we took out 550, broke. We took out 525, broke downside. We start to get back going up a little bit here. You start to get some green, right? When you get the green and then it tries to come and fails again, that's where you get the okay here to start going back upside. So if you are a long-term investor on this name, maybe you picked some up on the downside here. Good trade if you did. Let's wait to see what happens right now with Urban 1 on that play. So that's that. Nikola right here. Once again, we're trying to do this. I see you, Bernadette. You don't have to worry. We're not going to have a heart attack. As you can see, we're just chilling out right now. $65. We take a long there, $64.80. It goes all the way in the money, another 40 cents. But you guys know that we're waiting for 66 and change. So we'll give that one a little bit of room. I'm not going to give this one a lot of room. We're going to wait till about here. $64.40. Okay, good. Yeah, you can still see me. $64.40 here on the downside for that name. And by the way, Macy's right now, why isn't that coming out? Oh yeah, we're bidding 29. So we'll wait to see if that can crack through 29 and we'll get into that one. That's a 38 short on right now. So the only thing we really have on, okay, we can review it for you. Let's put that up right here. I see that we have our merch for sale. Thanks for keep pointing that out, Valeria. Might be too often, but that's okay. Okay, here we go, guys. DraftKings, you see that long? That's a 45-cent winner right now. Hertz, I mean, we took a short through $2, but we're not putting any risk in that one. We missed the big move on that. Macy's right now, one of my top stocks, 9 cents in the money. I'm trying to get on the bid as we speak. And then Nikola, bang, and 40-cent winner right now on board. We just talked about why that one was good. And look at this pickup again down here. I think I should be tweeting this out, guys. What another great little out here. And the reason why I tweet this stuff out, Martin, is because we can go back and look and see what were we doing? Where was VWAP? Why did we make these decisions? Why did Sean do this? Why did Sean do that? So we tweet that out, guys. If you're not following me, come up here. Let's get that going. At Trader TV, Sean. We'll see if we can get that. I've also posted, if you like a little more personal looks, I've also posted a few stories here today. This is Kevin O'Leary when he was on the show. We compared watches there. He had something on, I had something on. So I always will have this watch on. So we'll see what happens as we go. It's my good luck watch there. And I also got a tweet from somebody saying that they also a lover of Peroni beer. Part of that is my Italian background. Tastes very similar to most. I said I wouldn't drink Corona anymore for obvious reasons, but I could change my mind back on that. You're welcome, Ryan Armstrong. We love this show, and thank you for your positive feedback there. What? Square is $100 right now? So Square goes again. Did it break it? And this one, yes, the investment account just keeps going higher and higher here as Square today. Back up to 99. I feel bad, guys. We were able to buy this. I don't feel bad. I feel great. We were able to buy this one down here at 35. I wanted to pick that one up down here, and wow, what a triple that one's been for us. So I don't know. Should we cash them out? Feel that we cashed out early at 80, now up to $100 on this beast. Keep going up, Square.
Someone's joking around saying you got Corona in the coffee cup there. I'm going to promise you that's not the case. And if it was, it would probably be something a little bit nicer is my guess.
Can you see the side here?
Look, we're getting into that.
I can't see. It is coffee.
It is coffee.
I can't see if I... Oh, did I just...
And speaking of which, guys, if you do want the merchandise, you see the nice little mugs that we have on there. Of course, we do have those available. But Sean drops the fruit salad. There's a shirt for that. Which I think is absolutely
hilarious. I have to clean some up here. I tried to show you guys the coffee. Oh, here, you should probably get it.
You just
there we go. You can sort of see there. Or is it Kahlua? You'll never know. But here we go. We'll take a drink right now. 70 cents. Look, guys, it's easy to get excited. Today is Market Wisdom Wednesday. We dropped that last week. We dropped it today on our Instagram stories. Market Wisdom Wednesday. But look, it's a 70-cent winner right now. And I mean, do I get excited? Sure we do, because we're making real money. We're teaching you guys. We've got the trades on board right now. And look at this pickup. I mean, this is a 64.79. It's at 65.80. That's $1. What are you trading? 100 shares, 500 shares, whatever. Some people make $500 a week. If you take this trade right there, that's your week right there. So congratulations. No matter how many share sizes you're trading, 10, 20, whatever, you take that profit and now you get it. So we're going to take that off for $1 right now. We have half. We'll take out half what we have right now and then just leave the rest. And I'm going to go back to my other desk now. That's right. We wear lots of hats around here. And I'm going to get the newest picture from my baby. So we'll have that in a minute. But I'm going to get out of some Nikola as we go.
Guys, watch AFH. It just halted downside here at $1.50. It looks like a volatility halt, so that'll be open in about 3 minutes or so. I just want to quickly ask you, Martin, while we have you on here, in a halt situation, A, have you been caught in a halt? If the answer is no, do you trade heavily on the reopens of halts or look for any action around halting stocks? Obviously, they're going to be volatile. They're halting for a reason. So first question, of course, have you been caught in a halt? What did you do? Second one, do you get involved because of halts and see that as an interesting point to get you interested in a stock?
I don't usually trade halts. I do have a friend that he does, but in general, I do not like to trade halts. I have been doing before, but especially if the price is going down and the halts are in the bearish side. So I really like to wait for the price to reach one very strong support line, even if this is from the previous day or from the pre-market, and after that line is reached, I always consider level 2 and time and sales in order to consider if I might go long or short. But I have to say that it is not my best trading setup that I trade. I track all my trades in TraderView, and I give a tag for every single of my trades and strategies. And it's good to know when the month happens and you track all your strategies to see which one is your best and which one is your worst. So I have to say that trading halts is not one of my best. It's not the worst as well, but it's not something that I should continue trading.
Yeah, and that's absolutely fair enough. I know certainly I didn't always trade them. Now I actually look for situations where we halt, especially back to the downside on one of these runners. But I believe, Brendan, you got something for us, bud?
Speaking of halts, guys, IMTE, 78% still. This over here is 550, all the way up here, 13.5. It's been halted all over the place today. IMTE, yet another crazy mover today, guys.
Yeah, and another crazy mover, which is now back below that $2 mark. And I said if we broke 2, I would start taking some more shares off, and I'm a man of my word here, so I got some shares out at 95 and some at 97. I do have orders to get out, and one of them sitting right back down here at 188 where Hertz did break to the upside. Look, it's coming right back down. I just got some shares out there again at 93. It's pennies away from retracing the entire move to the downside. And I don't know if you guys can hear in the background sometimes. We do have our floor manager managing the remote traders. But a lot of people, he said it, I was saying it, Sean said it. I think even I heard Brendan say it, that we didn't think that was news that was anything new when it came to Hertz. And that's one of the reasons why you can jump back into a short. And normally speaking, if you get absolutely blown up, like I did on that initial short, the first thing you don't always want to do is jump back in. That can be revenge trading. But when you get a spike on news, sometimes you have to dig deep and say, okay, do I know what's going on here? If the answer is no, back away. But if I can actually figure out that this doesn't make any sense, it should come right back. That is not new. It just stopped a bunch of people out on the short side. It should come back. You got to jump in and go ahead and do that. If you have experience, it's a lot easier to do that because you've seen this type of thing happen over and over again in the past. But Martin, do you have specific rules with regards to your approach after a big loss, take a break, walk away, not double down? Or do you are you at the point now where you can just sort of roll with those punches, not have to worry about your reaction to a big hit?
I have to say that at the beginning of my trading, I take really, really serious the demo account. So I've made a lot of mistakes. And over a year that I have been in the market, I really think that I have not made all the mistakes in the book. So there is a lot of things for me to learn, and I am continuous learning and reading and taking as much screen time as possible. So one of my rules is I do have a maximum loss per day, and I try to respect as much as possible. Once I reach this level, I am not allowed to trade anymore. I know that in a prop firms, there is one floor manager that is going to stop you from continue trading. But for a retail trader, there is no one in your back telling you that you should not continue or you should do something else. So it's a lot of self-learning. So I try to focus in not exceeding my loss per day. and I do not like to add into my losing positions. I like to add into my winners. So this is something that has been put in my P&L graph into the upside.
I love hearing you say that. Add to your winners, not to your losers. I mean, one of the things, we're on a trading floor here, as you guys can obviously see. There's no one sitting here now because of social distancing, and we have to have them trading, the ones that can trade remote. But an advantage of a floor is you have a risk manager, and that gives you some external discipline. We have a risk system, and when traders here get past their loss limit, there's some things that happen to them in terms of being shut down, in terms of not being able to put new positions on. So it's easier to trade from a risk standpoint when you have that, someone in your ear. For those of you that are just sitting trading at home, or by yourself, maybe you have those with your broker, but if you don't, it's much more important that you develop that internal discipline. So I'm glad to hear that you have a little bit of a mix of that. AFH opened back up, guys. Opened below that halt price of 150. Holding for the time being, the high of day 176. Just look at the opening range once it got open here. So 153 it got to. I'm not going to go hard stops here, but if it spends too much time above 150, maybe testing 160, I would take off a short position. But if it holds lower, which I saw happen, I'm going to jump into this. I got 143 as an entry price here. I think it has a shot to go to 120 back to the downside. So we're going to give it here in AFH up 250%, but looking like it wants to come back.
Yeah, guys, it's belly dance time right now, guys. As you can see, I'm getting some love here on the chat, and I want to shout out to everybody that is with me on this DraftKings. We'll do that for a minute. Wait a second. I did see on here, guys, people talking about me being the Jim Cramer of day trading. Why, thank you. Me and Jimmy Chill went back and forth on June 12th, and by back and forth, I meant he commented once on that. So he put something out, then he commented me. We were talking about SPG. So there he is, Jimmy Chill right there, and myself. Going back and forth. I do love some Cramerica. Okay, although, he's not doing what we're doing. Here we go. Look at this DraftKings, guys. I got some love again on Twitter. Those of you that had this with me, congratulations. We went long right away, $39.50. Bang that out up here for the dollar. We reloaded down here at $40 again, and we still have it. So a nice little long win here, $1.15 in the money. Macy's, we got out basically everything down here at 29. I gave that trade to you guys as well. We talked about it as we were doing it. And then Nikola goes all the way up to 66. We get out of half of our position left. Now we'll wait. This is a 75-cent winner as well. So, so far, so good on the day, Mr. Wicken.
Yeah, just a little update, guys, on this Hertz story just coming out here a few minutes ago. The SEC coming out saying now that they have an issue, apparently, with this Hertz offering, it may not go through at all. So I think the initial positivity was that they weren't going to step in front of them actually doing this, but it looks like now they're not clarifying what the issues, quote unquote, issues are that they have with the offering, but they're saying now that it might not be able to go through until those quote unquote issues are resolved. Guys.
Quote unquote. Okay.
I can think of a few reasons why there'd be issues here, but I mean, obviously, we can sort of beat a dead horse if you want to about Hertz and all the reasons why a lot of things that you're seeing in it don't make a lot of sense in terms of why people want to be investing in it or holding in it. So you're kind of sitting there repeating yourself over and over again. I'm not sure there's any need for us to do that. Like I said, I jumped back into this short. It's retraced almost the entire way. I think at this point, it's not that unreasonable to move my stop from 225 into that $2 range. Short here at 216, and it's down at 193. But AFH is the thing that's on the move right now. That's the short I have on. I still have GNUS as well, but that's the one that we just put on. I talked about a 120 target here at VWAP. So let's see if we can't get down there. 143 short. I did try to get some more shares up here. If you see like a gold line, that's me trying to get in more. If you see these like turquoise lines, that's some orders that I have resting on the bid. So if it gravitates down towards my exit, I'll probably be all out at $1.20 to see if we can catch a 25 cent win on AFH here. Didn't do anything on the way up, but once it halted down, that was my first signal that I wanted to jump into the short on AFH. And so far, so good with that one. It's about 20 minutes until the end of the show here. We've asked you some questions here, Martin. When it comes to trading in the afternoon, we're done here at 12 o'clock, but it doesn't mean we're done trading on the day. Do you put trades on in the afternoon? If so, do you put less risk on? Do you put more risk on? Do you have specific strategies that you switch into at lunchtime or going into the close, or is it pretty much morning only for you?
It's pretty much morning for me because trading is my second activity. I do have a job. So after 11 in the morning or something around that time, I start in my real work for now. For now, trading for me has not been as much profitable as I would like to, but I'm working on it and I would like it to be. So late trading is not something I do often, but depending if I take a rest on my work, so I might put up one or two trades, and of course that depends on the setup. If there is a very nice setup for me, of course that I will do it. But most of my trading is 2 hours after the market opens.
Yeah, so basically to right now. We sort of talk about it. We call it, Sean, the HFT hour. The algos sort of take over at lunchtime, and then maybe things get a little bit better for us short-term day traders in the last hour of the session. I know that's definitely going to be true for us. But there are reasons to stick around. One thing, I'll throw the coming up here for you guys, but we do have at 1 o'clock, Brendan, Sean, and I live streaming. We have 4 topics on our education channel. It's going to be right here. So not on Market Wisdom, right here on this channel live. We're covering stock splits, pre-market trading, which is important in these days, share offerings, and ETFs, all things that you guys wanted to hear from us. So it should be good educational content. Please make sure you join in there. And as always, guys, if there is anything that you want us to cover that we haven't done yet or you think that we could do, we're going to get that for you guys, as long as you make a suggestion. So you can tweet at us. Some people throw DMs saying, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Throw it into the chat. Valeria will get it. Or, simply drop a comment on those videos, any of the YouTube videos, and we'll get it that way as well. So I'm going to put you on the spot here, Martin. Is there anything that you think that we should cover, or anything in particular that you'd like to learn more about when it comes to an educational topic?
I really wasn't expecting that question, but well, I have to recap all the videos that you have speak about in Market Wisdom. You have practically covered too much, and I really have no idea of what should be coming next. Yeah, so far nothing comes to my mind.
Martin, I did want to give a shout out here, so I did bring the picture here. So this is what we've got today, and it's again my 5-year-old. I don't know if you have any kids or not, Martin, but if anyone can guess what this is, it's pretty easy. You will win a free something. I just don't know what it is yet. This is I almost said what it was. Let me know if you know what this is. You should know what this is and some of the different things there. So that's 1, and this is 2. Both going to be lucky. We'll see. Everybody knows what this one is. This is the lucky frog. He's been here, or she's been here now for a couple weeks, but we are introducing the new one right here. So thank you to my daughter for making this one for me. She pretty much makes a picture, and this is pretty good, man. She drew 5 years old. She drew this one, so that's not bad. There's no tracing or anything, a draw plus a coloring there. So what up there? Yeah, you guys got it. That's a flamingo. So we will wait to see on that the flamingo time, and flamingo time has been a good time for us. Look at this Tesla, guys. Again, we bottom picked. We got the bottoms here, but we just got out. Look at this. In, out, 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 out. So it's like stairs, right? In. So we get in here, and then look where we get out. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the upside, but then we do not hold on for that big monster winner. But one thing that we have held on for here is DraftKings, and look at this, guys. Still $1.40 now in the money off of this bottom. We are long right now, $39.94. Let's wait to see if DraftKings keeps going. If this market gets back to even, hey, why not? Failed share offering. Well, not failed. Obviously, it went well. The stock is up off a share offering, so that's a good idea. And Nicola to the upside as well. Martin, did we ask you where you're from yet? I think we did, didn't we?
No, you haven't. I'm from Mexico. I was born in Mazatlan, one really beautiful beach in the Pacifico. And yeah, I have moved because of my work to Guadalajara,
nice.
Tequila and Mariachi City here in Mexico. But yeah, I continue living here, and I think I will do for a long time.
So there we go. So our viewers reaching wide here today. We have another one, Mexico. I think you might be our first guest from Mexico. So welcome, Martin, and thank you again for joining us today. Only 15 minutes left, guys. I'm just cruising right now. I don't have anything. I have Nikola long and DraftKings long, and that's it. We're just waiting for some more opportunities now. We could check back on our best. The
Sean,
best stock you could own is
I got a request that I have to fill here, and I'm going to do that for you, Bernadette. You asked for the line in the sand, so I'm going to use it. If you like this one, I like a good beach. But there's actually a halt on Hertz, guys, so watch out there. But I have a line in the sand at 160 on AFH. We got some more shares in there. We finally got that little pop that we're looking for. So a line in the sand at 160. But Hertz just had a quick little halt there. So we'll see if it couldn't be volatility. It absolutely can't be volatility. Brendan, what is it?
Yeah, just going over to that. News pending. Guys, news pending halt for Hertz there, not obviously volatility. Back to you.
Yeah, so it actually hasn't even hit the NASDAQ NASDAQtrader.com halt page. If you are live trading, this is literally free, and we covered this in our educational video on trading halts. If you don't have a Brendan, and you guys all do because you're watching the show, but if you find yourself without us, you are going to get updates on this page in real time for halts in North American markets, Amex, NASDAQ, and New York. In Toronto, it's like IROC, but there's always resources to be able to do that. The reason I knew it wasn't a volatility halt is because I'm trading it. So I'm short here at 216. It halted at $1.94 here. Look, we'll see what happens. Obviously, they're probably gonna clarify exactly what I think Brendan said there about that offering. So I'm not necessarily convinced it'll be anything new. They might just give that clarification that you heard Brendan do a little bit earlier. And if they do that, then we already know you're the man, Brendan, but that'll just further prove it, I think.
Yeah, Brendan, you are the man. Good job there. We'll keep going to the upside here. We'll see what Boeing can do. I like this little movement that we've been doing. Rick Albee, there we go. Look, every single name I've traded. What up, Rick? We will go up in smoke for that kind of success today. Those are all my top stocks today. Beyond, Tesla, Nikola, and DraftKings. Rick was one of our very first guests on the show there. So shout out to you, Rick, and thank you again for that support. We're trying to do it for our viewers every single day, and I think we did it again today. What a big day on those symbols. Beyond, Tesla, DraftKings, and Nikola, all part of my board here, and that we've been really super successful on. So again, today, guys, really no negative stocks. We still are slightly negative on Tesla, but we're okay considering what we had to do to get that trade back. But Nikola has been my biggest stock. My biggest stock by far, though, actually, as we go, is this Beyond trade. If you're with me in the morning time, you celebrated that one. Nice to get off early start there with Beyond Meat there, guys. So great trade happening, guys.
Yeah, secondary push here on AFH. You can see, look, like I said, we got our entry point. We threw the line in the sand there for you, Bernadette, and immediately after we drew that line, we're getting some profit on the way down, but I still have over half my position. I talked about 120. I'll take more off if it gets there. If it breaks 120, I'll probably only have a quarter of it on still to see if it can't retest $1. If this thing becomes a penny stock again, and I just talked about halts, and I should have had the level 2 up for you because on our system, it goes from those bright colors that you saw there when we're live trading into a halt. So a halt in Hertz, and we're short that one. That's in the money. A halt in AFH at 133. I'm short that at $1.49.5. So in the money 10% and halting to the downside. So kind of sitting pretty here going into lunchtime on a couple of halts. I'm not expecting it to be a big deal in Hertz, but with AFH here, this could be the catalyst to get us to maybe open down around that 120 target that we have for the bulk of our shares. So 5 minutes, and then we'll be back on in AFH. Hertz, because it's news pending, we don't know exactly when that one's going to open up.
And guys, there it is, from sleepy stocks to moving stocks right here. Boeing right to the upside, guys, breaking through 195. We just took a quick 50 cents on that little position there. So we'll wait to see. We're out of a third of it. And look, this could still fall back down. So we'll wait to see. I know Neil's on the Hertz there and the other halt. So we'll wait to see when those stocks open back up. Generally, again, on our Market Wisdom page, we've done work on that. So we'll wait to see now. Boeing breaking it out to the upside there. We take a quick 50 cents and we'll hold the rest just to see what does happen. Oh yeah, and by the way, DraftKings again still hovering around the high of the day. I'm debating just taking this off. I mean, this is a $1.50 winner that we have here. We have $1 on Nikola as well off of this, breaking through the high side as well. So those are just my positions as we go. Basically 3 longs, Boeing, DraftKings, and Nikola. So let's wait to see what does happen there. But it's been a fantastic show so far. Martin, What is your favorite stock? Is there one? Mine is Mr. Softy, Microsoft, but again, haven't looked at that today. I need to get back to that. Is there one that you tend to go back to every day, or at least get a quick glimpse at to see if there's some sort of a strategy there for you?
No, absolutely no. My favorite stock is the one that gives me the most P&L. So I have no one favorite that I am looking forward from previous days.
Good, we floss it off there because I like what you're saying there. The best stock is the one that gives you the most money. I do like that. But just as a suggestion to you, man, maybe you do want to try to focus, look back, study your charts, study your trades. There probably is one or two stocks there, my friend, that you do better on than most other ones. So I would always say to traders, take a look at what you do best and try to maximize those trades and not just, fall flat on the best opportunities. Sometimes you get a little carried away. I always like to go back to the well, guys.
Absolutely. And for me, I only have 2 positions on, so no need to update. They're both halted. I'm short in Hertz. I'm short in AFH. This one, like I said, up 200%. It is coming back into the downside. It is a volatility halt, so it's going to be 2 minutes when we open back up here. If it opens below 120, I'll probably take most of the shares off here and be happy with that win. But if it tries to test our line in the sand at 160, that's going to be my out. Anything in the middle, I'm willing to sort of hang on to it and play it by ear. But we're talking about this. We're talking about these halts. You have to have a plan of action before it opens back up. The reality is you have 5 minutes to process it, so there's plenty of time for you to think about what it is that you want to do. And we did a video on opening auctions. When something reopens intraday or even an IPO, it is the auction process. So there is the option for me to get out on that initial opening print if I didn't want to have that risk of it going all around and going too fast, guys. So for me, I'm going to hold on to it. I don't see any reason why I have to take that opening print at this time. We're in the money. If I was out of the money, maybe I'd consider that.
Okay, we're getting near the end of the show now, guys. Make sure that if I can find my board here, we really got to work on these boards when we're done, guys, and I know we will. Coming up right now after the show, stock splits, pre-market trading, share offerings and ETFs, and by after the show, of course, we mean at 1 o'clock. So join us back here. Just bookmark if you haven't already. If you haven't hit subscribe, you'll get the notice if you hit subscribe. But we will be back at 1 o'clock talking everything about those 4 topics. So if you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, definitely let us know then. That's what we're coming back to do here at 1 o'clock. And then those will be live to reel. So we'll be back to putting those up on our Market Wisdom page. So far, so good today, guys. Everything going well for us.
Absolutely, guys. It's you make sure you do tune in for that. We can't say that enough. We have a lot of fun with it. Martin, sort of a quick question for you. Obviously, I know you follow the show and you've been a watcher of the show, and we thank you for that. Is there any one sort of aspect about the show in particular that you definitely do like, or is something that you think is an absolute must for people to tune into? And it could be anything, like maybe it's the watch list, maybe it's a 9 o'clock preparation, maybe it's Brendan coming in from time to time. AFH just opened back up right around that 120 mark. So, if I can get shares out here in the 130s, I'll take a few exits in this range. The fact that we're in the money is going to be fantastic for us here, so no need to panic out. But 120 was my target. The fact that I'm able to get out some more shares here at about 130 for a nice 25 to 30 cent win on this trade is a good one. If it breaks 120, like I said, I want to have about 20% of my position on here. Otherwise, I can slide my line in the sand from 160, probably down to about 150 break even on our average price. Right now, my shares will say 156, but remember, I added a couple of times to this position. Sorry to cut you off there before you can answer the question there, Martin, but AFH opening back up in the money for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I have said before that you guys in your show have a perfect synchrony between having fun and all this such a valuable information. So this merge between these two things is a must for me, and I will appreciate if you guys continue doing this show, and for sure not only me but a lot of the followers that you guys have right now will be really happy to still having this content.
Thank you for
Brendan,
that.
what up?
One from earlier, guys. Callison, CLSN. We mentioned this one breaking through $6 here on huge volume. UK-based energy name. Big plummet just happened there. $6 all the way down to $5.40. It looks like. Look at the volume on the sell side as well for CLSN. Also, nothing yet on Hertz. Remember, on a news pending halt, there's no time frame, guys.
I remember. Thank you. Hey, shout out to Herlin there. Thank you for that super chat. So we will hit a fireworks, but again, I can't see anything on this board, so we'll just hit a confetti there. Thank you so much for that. I still remember those of you guys that were watching last week. Where did our boy Jerry Escato go? If you remember that, he dropped like 30 super chats there. So we'll wait for Jerry to come back. That was fun times for sure on that. As Valeria looking out for Jerry as well. 4140 here. DraftKings, Nikola, Macy's, Boeing. That's what we have on right now, guys. And we're just waiting to see what does happen. Unfortunately, crypto's not doing anything today, really, guys. So we haven't been able to get into anything Bitcoin related. You know that we'll do that when we do see fit. So right now, I don't see anything on that one. Thanks for all the follows today. Thank you for all the love on Instagram. We just opened that up. A lot of people loving the stories and whatnot that we've been doing on there, a little bit behind the scenes. So definitely take a look at that. If you do have Instagram, follow me, send me some notes on that one. It's been a fun day for sure. Join us afterwards. You guys know what's coming up there. That should be a fun time as well, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And in just a couple of minutes, we're going to have, of course, talk about a little bit of earnings that are coming out. It's the end of earnings season, so not too much there. But I did see a funny comment there, Bernadette, that we should be sponsored by Hertz. The problem with that is they're going bankrupt, and thanks to you guys, we're going strong here. So yes, they're winning trades to be had, and we're in a few of them today. But I don't know that we want to be sponsored by Hertz. Maybe someone a little more successful than that if it's in the car space. I think you can think of it. It begins with a T. That would be a lot of fun there. But look, it's obviously been a good day. It's that hump day. We do have the rest of the session here. Sean mentioned to you guys, and don't forget about this, that Chairman Powell is going to be speaking. So if you're going to continue to trade through lunch and you're in some names that might move based on market moves, do be cognizant of the fact that he is going to be speaking there. So we never want to ignore that when it does happen. Martin, I want to give you a personal thanks for coming on here. I think you did a good job. Apologies for the technical issues that we had earlier. We got those solved. Why? Because we have the best production team in the business, and they were behind the scenes working their magic. I don't know if we're ready yet for our earnings. Are we going to throw to Brendan for that yet, or? No,
okay,
not yet.
Okay.
Okay, that's okay.
Guys, right now, Boeing 195. We're long 194.50. It's having a hell of a time breaking through 195. So you guys can watch this live with me right now. 195. There's iceberg orders right here. It's not breaking, and there it goes. It breaks now. So we're waiting at 195.40 here to see if we can't catch a clean dollar. Look, we're not talking pennies, guys. We're talking dollars. So here we go. Let's see if this one can break upside. It had a problem there at 195. We just saw that. So maybe we get out of another third now at 195 and then wait for the top side. It's already a 50-cent win. Let's see. Can we break through 195 again? We'll wait to see. I'm going to put another order out. We'll get out and then let our last third run. But right now, it seems like we're ready with Brendan.
Yeah, not much in the way of earnings, guys, but just monitoring a little bit of Twitter here as far as the Hertz news as well as our Reuters feed, but nothing yet on Hertz. Just keep in mind that it is a news pending halt, so it could take some time before they get that going again. I just saw an interesting note, though. 160,000 Robinhood accounts, guys, currently hold shares of Hertz. So that could be a problem if it doesn't reopen, but we'll see. Let's, about this time of day, we have to go over to Valeria and figure out what day it is, and it's a very, very yummy one today.
Thank you, Brandon, and hello, dear viewers. Guys, become our next guest trader. By the way, hello, Martin. Thank you very much for joining us today. Guys, participate also and send your request to marketing@tradertv.live. And thank you very much for joining us today. For all of your support, please subscribe and join us live every day. And guys, we have like 1 minute to reach 1,000 likes, and I believe in us. Please hit the thumbs up if you haven't yet. And as usual, I'm seeing what national days today. Shout out to Bernadette because today is the National Apple Strudel Day. Happy Strudel Day, guys.
Apple Strudel Day. Yeah, we love apple strudels. Neil loves apple fritters. We could talk about that. I did want to just update my position board quickly here before we go, guys, just so you know what's on. Boeing, we did get out. Hey, Valeria, that's a nice back of her head. We did get out. We'll just go here. Yeah, we did get out of our Boeing, guys. We have half left of that one. Sorry, a third left. That's now $1.50 in the money. Our DraftKings, $1.70 in the money now. Our Macy's, 5 cents. Our Nikola, got $1.50 in the money. So that's how we go. That's why it's a big show. And that's probably why you joined. Multiple dollar winners on the show right now. Thanks, Brendan, for all the breaking news. It's been a big day. Thank you, Valeria. And yeah, we always talk about our production team, one of the best. So here we go, guys. Multiple positions on and big time winners as we close the show. Let's go.
I'll one-up it, the best production team, not one of the best. I only got 2 positions on Hertz. We don't know when it's going to reopen, but I'm short of that one at 216. That's in the money for us. AFH down around our target of 120. When that breaks, we'll look to take the rest off here. But like I said, only down to 20% of the position. Thank you so much, Martin. It's been a treat having you on here. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and trading treats you well for the rest of the week. For the entire team down the line here, Valeria doing a fantastic job. Apple strudel, not bad, but I prefer apple fritters, as Sean said. Where's Valeria? Give her a wave. I want to see that little heart. Do the heart. There it is. I don't know. No, we're not there. Down the line, Valeria, there's her little Bieber heart. We can't leave without seeing that. John Katina, as always, my good friend, doing our distancing over there in the corner after we finally fixed those monitor issues that you had live on the show. And Brendan Wickens, as always, getting us that news, which I think he already dropped the Hertz news, getting a bit of a scoop there. Martin, our guest of the day, thank you very much for joining us. I'm Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. We'll see you tomorrow.